Business is booming. I'm open for business. The business of giving you the business. Up your butt.
I'm gonna let you get it all out. I gotta...
All my Aqua Teen Hunger Force quotes, you're gonna make sure that I have time?
Let me, flip...
Are you just gonna iron this out? Yeah, let me get my iron. My tire iron.
Here, you wanna close
Yeah,
window?
I'll close the loudest source of noise.
I would hate for a big breeze to go by and gust.
I would hate for somebody to commit a crime locally.
Goustier.
And have... Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. What's that? Is that a thing? Did I make
Did I say
something?
Because gust sounds like bust.
That's
which
right.
is also known as chest, and a bustier is the Victorian way of saying, I'm going to make your titties pop with fabric.
Aha! So what you're saying is I did say something.
A bustier is the Mexican version.
Is it the El Nino?
And it's because I recently...
The El Nino pop?
Saw...
Because that's a big goose.
It's also what it's called when you get attacked by a bird on Western campus. Getting goosed.
Ooh.
Because it's full of geese. There's one resident goose there that always makes its nest in one specific planter.
Well, then don't go there.
Yeah, during the spring,
it.
they fucking put cones out and, like, they tape it off. Because if you get too close, he gets pissed right off. But he won't go anywhere else.
Well, kill him.
Yeah, we'll probably just kill him.
There's I noticed in the park all the geese are paired up.
Yeah, they're gonna be fucking, like, soon.
Like, all of the geese are just, like, walking around in sets of two except for one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, huh?
He's the ninth wheel.
The ninth wheel? I think...
I don't want to ride that semi.
I think it might have just been a regular old Kia. Sportage. Made a fucking splattage.
His dick isn't corkscrew enough? Why aren't the ladies all about it?
Yeah, maybe it's just maybe he's got a human wiener. A straight
it's
old...
It's a human... Ugh.
It's been ironed out from heat. I don't want to talk about this anymore, Jay. Hi, welcome to the podcast. Sorry.
This podcast is called Grindhouse Movie Club, and let me tell you, if you thought that I wasn't going to quote Aqua Teen and talk about geese fucking, you've come to the wrong place.
That's correct. Unfortunately, but you're here, so don't touch don't touch that touch screen.
Yeah, you can't say dial anymore.
Don't touch
what
that.
What even has dials anymore?
An old-time radio.
Yeah, perfect.
But you just hold on. Just give us a second here. Don't. I know you heard the goosecock stuff, and you were like, I don't want to hear this no more.
Kelly Goosecock.
Oh, fuck. And that is
Tommy Provolone.
These are just for you and I.
Oh, it is.
This is just for you and I. And
for 100%, nobody's going to know what I just said.
No. I know.
Yeah.
Got to bite that wound.
It was Thomas shit.
Bite that wound, soldier.
Bite it.
So, hey, Grindhouse Movie Club.
Paper.
At gmail. That's a whole ass book. grindhousemovieclub@gmail.com is an email that you could probably reach us at if you wanted to tell us things.
If you had, for example, recommendations of horror movies to review for the podcast, to discuss at length from a great height, because we're in the upper floor of your house for a podcast,
we're in the
that would
catatorium.
We are. The catateria also.
Yes.
Because they eat here.
That's right.
That email would be a good one to send that to.
Yeah, it would be a great way to get a hold of us. Or, even better, join the Discord and...
fucking Discord.
And
that's way easier for me to access.
Oh, yeah, it's right here on my phone, and it's like a big old chat room, and there's if you're in... Look, and if you combine the Discord with the Patreon and you pay $1 a month, I know.
Man.
Listen to this. We never talked about this before, but now we want your $1 a month. We want that shit so fucking bad.
We've definitely talked about this before.
Oh man, yeah. Give us that $1 a month if you're American. I'm sorry, everybody. Like I want it to be $1 a month for everybody. Why does it have to be $1.50 for Canada?
Well, because America is a no nonsense kind of country,
that's right.
And we're a plenty of cents country, as in the Patreon's going to cost you $1 and some cents.
But you can join that. You get everything as early as we can get it out as well. That's always fun. But then in the Discord, you get a little special role, and you're pretty much king of the castle. I guess I don't know. It's there. It's an option. I wrote it down.
You get to have all that.
I wrote it down to make sure I mention it, so it's got to be important. Nice. Yeah. Why don't you have the
I'll
biggest
jingle jangle
set of keys?
Listen, all right? I've always wanted to be a janitor. There's a set of very, very small brass knuckles on these that when I was a private investigator and I had to go to courtrooms a lot, would always make the security guards look at me puzzled.
What's the other thing? There's like a bigger brass knuckle on there.
It's not. It's some kind of like...
Brass knuckle?
It's some kind of like pipe testing device. I have no idea what the fuck it is. It came with the van keys for work that I have now.
Okay.
Like you can put... It's a Chinese finger trap for a baby.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or your wiener.
Oh. Because it's so long and thin, like a hot dog. I get it. Yeah, I know.
Like not a Costco hot dog. It's not a bratwurst.
No, it's just one of them little guys. I know.
One of them little guys.
Just an Oscar Mayer.
Those ones you see seagulls throating.
A Vienna sausage. The ones that come like 30 to a tin.
And a toothpick. Yeah.
Oh, you got an interesting beach life, Jay. I'm on a summer with you. Let's go watch.
I want a summer with you.
Oh, god damn it. Well, this is all way better than the next 2 hours of your life for sure.
What movie did we do for the podcast Grindhouse Movie Club this week?
Well, what we didn't do, I'll tell you, is Willy's Wonderland.
Damn it, what did he do?
Oh, God, yeah.
Diddy did some things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to know at this point what Diddy did.
Oh, well, Diddy
diddled. Let me tell you.
No, well, he didn't quite diddle.
Diddy did some diddling.
I think he might have been in the business of getting things for people to diddle.
Facilitating diddling.
Yeah, I think he was like, you
Call
gotta...
me the facilitator.
I'm pretty sure he kafadiddled. He didn't diddle, but he done diddied some sex trafficking.
Yes.
And he...
Damn it.
I think he made some young rappers offers they couldn't refuse with their butts. From what I understand, he was like, you gotta do this gay stuff with me now.
Oh, man.
I'm Diddy.
One day I'm gonna come to you and ask for a favor. and it's because I'll have the fever for the flavor.
Ooh.
Of dick, probably. We did 5 nights at shitty Diddy Freddy's this week. And let me tell you, you were dead right. We should have just done Willy's Wonderland again.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. What a better movie in literally every way when the subject matter is the exact same.
This is a movie for children, Jay.
It is.
First of all, this is a child's movie.
Yes, it is. You know how I know?
Because there's zero blood?
Because there's zero blood. All the gore that you see is either in a silhouette or hidden behind a door. And the worst swear word that they use is frickin'.
Yeah.
PG-13 rating.
I did hear
Had
frickin'.
to maintain the PG-13 rating.
Yeah, oh, yeah. They frickin' did.
You get to have frickin' and heck.
Oh, done did ya.
When your life is in danger.
But yeah,
those are the words that come out of your mouth.
When you're being chased by animatronics, you
go, geez Louise, goodness me.
Hot golly, I better get out of here. Better skedaddle out of this alleyway.
Oh, he's dead? Oh, darn.
Gosh dang it. Ding dong diddle. Fuck.
If only they had just said that. The mental leaps that you have to do in order to work around swearing.
This movie, so it's a movie for, first of all, it's a movie for children. This
pretty heavy fucking subject matter in this movie regarding family life for a child's movie.
Well, it's a great big lesson in don't talk to strangers.
Sure.
But it's a movie for children.
Yes.
Whereas it should be more a movie for people who enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's when it first came out.
So not children?
Well, yeah, not their children who are old enough to like grasp things and understand. They're sentient children at this point.
My theory.
This game is so old and dumb. And the game sucks. It's a crap shit game.
First of all, the game's only about 10 years old.
Shit game.
It is, however, a shit game.
It's a mobile phone game that somebody went, you know what? Let's change nothing and put it on the PC. That's going to work.
And here's the other thing, too, is that this movie is so jam-packed with things that either aren't fleshed out or don't make sense because you can't turn that game into an hour-and-a-half long movie. If the movie was just the game, it would be 30 minutes long and boring as fuck.
Well,
look to your left or your right, then open a door and shut it.
Basically, the first 5 minutes of this movie is the game.
Yeah.
And then you meet Mike, but...
Fucking Mike.
This, so...
You got 2 sentences or less for this?
Yeah, I do. In the 80s, if you're leaving your children in the hands of somebody named Freddy, you've already done wrong. You don't deserve to have these children. By the way, why are there so many dark alleys in this child's Chuck E. Cheese ass restaurant?
No, because the wiring's faulty with the lights, Matt. Didn't you hear Matthew Lillard throw that line away over the phone?
That doesn't at all explain why everything that is like beyond the dining room is just cement, dirty brick. Children go missing down this hallway.
Like a haunted jail in this Chuck E. Cheese. Everywhere but the dining room.
What the fuck is going on back there?
The only place with any color is the ball pit.
Thank God for that ball pit. I got to write some funny words because of that ball pit.
My
yeah. What's your 2? What's your 2 sentences or maybe less?
Abby chooses an extra hour in the ball pit. My 2 sentences or less are. Hey, DashCon, everybody. Put on your remember caps. This time, Freddy is a kid instead of just touching them.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Kruger.
Fucking, yeah. Look, I tried to come at this movie with just like, without knowledge of the game, since there's so much lore, and it was pretty easy for me because I don't give a shit about this fucking game or the people who play it on YouTube.
Let me tell you what game doesn't need lore. Five Nights at Freddy's.
It doesn't.
I don't need decades long backstory with like cannons and I'm fine. It's a dumb bear in costume. What on earth?
I was just turning my thing down.
Okay.
I heard Discord go off. Yeah, no, it's I didn't need it. It was nice to like finally be able to like let me sit down, finally get a grasp on what is Five Nights at Freddy's without either a Swedish man screaming at me or a handsome racially ambiguous man having a deep voice at me.
Yeah, with a weirdly low voice. He
weirdly
just quit.
Low.
He just quit.
That's fine.
By the way. No, it is.
Everybody should quit.
You notice how nothing at all changed when he did that?
I'm not gonna lie, didn't notice because I never watched a single one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I don't like to watch YouTubers. I don't know what to tell you.
I would rather play the game, like 90% of the time, unless the game is getting over it with Bennett Foddy, in which case you can go fuck yourself.
First of all, have you tried to play this game?
No.
Okay, it's impossible to play.
Okay.
If you've got more than one monitor, because you have to go back and forth from each side of the screen.
It's like playing GTA 3.
Pretty much, yeah.
On a PC because it was never optimized for dual monitors. So
exactly.
You just aim off the screen for a second, you've now clicked out of the game.
You've clicked out of the game, and you know what happens when you click out of the game in this fantastic game?
Probably you get killed by a fox, if I were to guess.
Nah. Game just starts over when you come back to it.
Oh, cool.
Right from the very beginning.
That's really cool that it does that. It doesn't have a pause, restart button. No,
pause.
It's just you minimized it briefly, so you might as well just start over.
It's a phone game.
That's cool.
Yep. Anyway, so that's the
By that logic, if you were to like go to a different app in your phone, the same thing would happen. And if it did, I would be equally as pissed off.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna blame them if you're playing the game. Fucking play the game. All right, don't go to another game.
True.
Don't go do
but
something
you do
else.
it by mistake.
Hey, well, this is why you should just watch the movie. In this case, the movie's far better than the source material.
Which is saying a lot because this movie fucking sucks.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Sucks. Any movie, like there's so many horror movies. Okay, just diving right in.
Yep.
That start with a character that you don't get to know anything about getting absolutely fucked up by the very thing that the main character has to do in the movie.
Yep.
In this case, it's like Mirrors, if you've ever seen Mirrors, and it's literally Mirrors because the guy becomes a security guard in a place that's haunted and kills the security guard. At the beginning of Mirrors, the guy gets his throat cut by his own reflection.
Okay, yeah.
So it's the same. And then just bang, kids. I will notice that they tried their best to make a saw trap here.
That chair. The chair with the mask that's got a blender in it for some. What the fuck is this?
It's got like 5 spinning blades for no reason.
Oh, by the way, shout out to Blumhouse. This is a Blumhouse film.
You can tell by the way that it is.
The new Blumhouse logo is fire. They fit so many scary things inside that Blumhouse. like things that aren't even related to Blumhouse. Like you got Michael Myers, you got the Shining twins are in there. Like what?
Fucking, I did not notice.
Oh man, one of the Shining twins has the Purge mask on. They're
fuck?
just like, what else is spooky?
Every scary thing. Every scary thing.
Anyway, thanks.
Fucking throwing spaghetti
Joshua
at the wall.
Blum, or Michael Blum. Jason Blum.
Yeah.
Freddy Blum. Fucking Freddy Blum. I don't know. There's a lot of Freddys.
Yeah,
anyway,
tons of Freddys. They all touch. They either touch or kill kids. Every Freddy in every movie. The second you name your character Freddy, it's got to either touch or kill kids.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just like, if you're gonna watch this movie, just replay the Blumhouse logo a bunch. It'll hype you up for nothing.
So interestingly, the guy tries to back the screw out in the chair so that he can get out of the chair.
Yeah.
And I found it interesting that nobody thought to do that in Saw. Like, can I just break this before it kills me?
Yeah. How strong are these leather straps? They were tied by a
Leather
dying
straps,
man.
And then also, like, half the shit has been cobbled together with scrap metal from the junkyard.
Yeah, like things that he could get his hands on without people asking questions.
You might get out of the saw trap, but you're still gonna get fucking sepsis from all the rust you've ingested.
What's the point of the chair? Because all right, so in the game, I think the dude's like, hey, listen, don't.
I got you on this.
Don't.
I got your answer.
All right.
In the game,
the
motivation, and this is very important to remember.
Yes, because it's not in the movie. They don't mention that shit.
Exactly, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
The motivation of the animatronics is because they see a human and they go, there's no suit on, we got to put it in a suit. Because that's what they, you don't go in the suit is the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to go in the suit, but you're not going to like it.
There's no room.
You're not going to like how you get in there. It's in pieces. But, so that's the point of the chair, and that's the point of trying to put the bear mask on the guy. I don't know at what point they decided that they needed to kill him, because it's not really explained why they decide, like, who they choose to kill and who they choose to not kill. Because some people, and it's said in the dialogue, just quit their security guard position.
Yeah.
They don't die at all. So what did he do to get himself killed? By ghosts of children. Okay? Now, the reason why the chair doesn't make any fucking sense is because the motivation now is a child killer and ghosts of children in the animatronics. So why are they trying to put people in suits? Well, at what point, why do they do that in the movie?
Nope.
Because they wanted to keep that part of the game in the movie, but the explanation surrounding it that justifies it and doesn't raise more questions on my notes here doesn't exist in the movie.
Yeah.
So that was a really good, cool start for me to this movie.
Glad we're on the same fucking page with this.
Yeah, and like they don't even fucking. It's like 2/3 in when you realize, there's no reason for them to be trying to put anybody in a suit.
And
they want child friends because they're ghost children. And Matthew Lillard, spoiler alert, wants to kill everyone. All right,
for no reason,
just because he's unhinged.
Because they needed to make they were probably on a budget and a time crunch, and we gotta make this movie.
I read the trivia page, and I wish I hadn't.
What was there trivia? Was it not just?
Here's a fun little tidbit for you.
Oh no, it can't be that fun.
Jason Blum made back his budget on digital sales alone, which means it was probably $50,000. Also, these animatronics are real. They're all practical effects with the exception of the cupcake, which is obviously CG.
No way. No.
And
no, how? What?
Oh, because it levitates, and you can't do that in reality. The Fox needed 6 puppeteers to operate to get him to walk. Also, Jim Henson's Creature House, or shop, whichever. The fucking dude that made the Muppets made these robots.
I feel like
he gets the flu and his company goes to shit. Now this movie.
And now all the Muppets sound wrong.
They sound wrong, and you get this.
Oh, waka waka, who wants to hear a funny ass joke?
I would actually watch that shit if it was that, let me tell you. Every day.
Fuck.
I had to stop just short of saying the N-word, honestly.
I feel like they
Oh, so let's not that's Fozzie Bear, okay?
Yeah.
And Freddy's last name is Fazbear, okay?
No. Well, I mean, then I feel like the Muppets had to be. They're like, well, listen, you can't have this without us. You don't get to have puppets named Fazbear without us putting our furry little dick fingers in there.
I don't think Jim Henson, may he rest in peace, would have signed off on this one. I think he might have had some issues with it.
Yeah.
This is a script that doesn't make it past fucking his quality control.
Not one letter was learned today. What letter was this movie brought to you by?
There's not a single lesson about homelessness in here.
Where's Ernie and Bert fighting over making crumbs in the bed?
Yeah.
And then having gay sex on when the camera's off.
Thank you for saying that. Because they were gay, and you'll never convince me of anything else.
Well, they
shared a bed, Matt.
Did they? I thought they had two different beds. They shared a bed, didn't they?
Well, if they didn't share a bed, they had the two twins that you push together.
That's what I'm thinking
on special occasions, and they definitely did. I'm gonna go back and see if there's any scratch marks on the hardwood.
Are you looking for just like grip marks on the on the headboard? What? You're looking for claws?
Like from the legs of the bed being pushed together.
Yeah.
But also sure that.
Just like dents in the wall where the headboard's just been fucking slamming.
Bite marks on the bedpost.
Goddamn Muppets are just fucking.
Yeah.
They're fucking in the butt.
Well, you know that there's no lube involved when it's felt. You're gonna wreck the fabric.
Bite yourself. I'm going in.
Bite yourself. You can't feel it. Oh, fuck.
I'm going
Muppets.
in dry. Ernie, bite yourself.
Why does every kid in a ghost movie have a blanket fort that isolates them from everything? Fucking The Sixth Sense, all right? The Sinister, probably. Every little kid in the movie's got to have a blanket fort because they don't trust their parents at night.
That's like the one thing. That's how you know they're kids, though. You're like, oh, well, how do you know it's a kid?
Also how you know that they're going to get ghost fucked later. It's always the blanket fort kid that gets it.
You might be right on that one.
You know?
You might be right on that one.
The intro, the opening credits, they tried to do Atari, but it doesn't look like Atari at all. It looks like somebody trying to do old school video game graphics in the year 2023.
I'm going to tell you something. They chose a weird medium to display the backstory of a man
taking children into the darkness one by one.
Yeah.
In a suit.
And like a happy hey man, who wants to shoot some asteroids?
Yeah.
And also avoid getting touched by a gigantic rabbit man. It's a game of life right there.
It's the game of life. How in this Chuck E. Cheese are so many children going unsupervised? There should be parents everywhere.
It's a big open room with like a I guess there's like an arcade. We don't really get to see the full layout because that would mean they had to have
built it.
Yeah. And well, let's be honest. I don't think they did.
No.
I don't think they did at all.
No, it's a series of sets loosely connected by like a hallway, and that's why there's no lights in the hallway.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same building from Willy's Wonderland and they just slapped a different sign on it.
What's fucked up is that one part of the dining room looks like the same place where this couple gets robbed in an episode of House. And I noticed it, and I was like, this is weird.
Maybe it is.
It could be. They're just repurposing old sets from TV shows, from medical dramas, so like low-budget TV shows.
I mean, it's gotta be cheap.
Right here, you'll notice that I wrote Jason Blum in fucking capital letters the second I saw his name, because I didn't know it was Blumhouse until I saw his fucking name, and then I knew immediately to get my hopes down.
I can't believe you didn't. The first thing in the movie was a glitchy Universal logo, and then Blumhouse.
Yeah.
All
well,
right.
I put it on, and then I went to probably pour coffee, because I knew I didn't need it.
That's fine. I mean, you didn't miss much, Jay.
So I'm going to break down two through lines throughout this movie that actually have no bearing on anything at all.
Okay.
We cut to Mike, our main character, who's a security guard in a mall with an ex-prison inmate. Let's be honest, that's what the fuck he is.
Boy, oh boy.
And he's reading a book called Dream Theory.
God damn.
Before you thought that maybe this was going to get intensely philosophical, like a Lars von Trier movie or something. No. He's reading a book about how to dream lucidly so that he can go into his own head while he's sleeping and figure out who kidnapped his younger brother. He needs to know that. He needs to know that more than he cares about his currently sister who he's taking care of, who is 9 years old. All right? He doesn't give a shit about her. It becomes extremely clear later.
Well, Yeah, it's not even a metaphor. There's not even like there's not like a hint. He literally was like, yeah, where's my dead brother?
Where's my dead? I need
take
to
the living
know.
one. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll live in the dream. Love the we can trade your living sister for, and this never happened in the game.
Nope.
There was at no point in the game.
I only played the first one and it was so insufferable I didn't bother with the rest, even though I bought them in like a pack for 99 cents.
Yeah, but because that's how much they're worth.
Yeah. No, I don't believe any of this happened in the game, and kind of.
But this is what I mean is, in order to make this a movie that's an hour and a half long, we need to add unnecessary story.
No!
That actually has no effect on anything in the movie.
Make it a short film.
No.
For the short attention span of the children who are watching this.
It's weird how they didn't do that. They made it long enough for adults to watch, but there's nothing in it for adults. Except for Matthew Lillard, because then I get to have a nostalgic fit.
Look.
That's the only good part of this movie. That's the only reason that the movie got the rating that it did, is because Matthew Lillard exists in it.
Wow, we might have a similar rating.
We're gonna.
Look, I'm not gonna. I'll tell you right now, I gave it 1 Lillard out of 10. I'm not going to tell you what that is, what that equates to till the end, but my rating is 1 Matthew Lillard out of 10.
The Lillard increased your rating by a factor of 1.
Yeah, and to be honest...
there's a specific thing that he does in this movie that did the same thing for me.
Okay. I wonder if it is the same thing.
It might be.
All right. There's... I don't even know where we are in this fucking...
He's in the mall. The Dream Theory thing. So he's
Right.
reading this Dream Theory book. You're seeing the Dream Theory. You're seeing the Nebraska poster. None of this is explained.
Yeah, he doesn't... Yeah, he's just explaining about how he can go into his dreams, or he's just talking about the book. He doesn't say anything about what he's trying to do until the very end.
Here's the thing, though. Because you can figure it out. You know the first time that he has a dream what he's doing. Or at least I did. I had a prediction and I ended up being right.
All right.
But because you don't get to know his motivations at all for having the Dream Theory thing and continuing to have the same dream, putting on the same music and looking at the same poster when he goes to bed, like you put all those twos together and know he's trying to recreate the experience. But my thing was, is he trying to live inside that day forever? Or is he trying to save his brother from being kidnapped in the past?
I thought he was like trying
to... It better not be the latter,
Yeah.
because I'll turn off the movie.
Oh, absolutely. And I almost did.
So
it got dangerously close to that, Jay.
Because he doesn't explain it until he actually meets and talks to the cop. I don't care. I don't care why he's reading the dream book.
Nope.
I don't care why he has to be autistic about the way he goes to bed.
Nope.
Because it doesn't mean nothing.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Fuck. So he is getting ice cream from the creepiest smiling ice cream server in the history of ice cream. This woman is creepier with her eye contact than Dax Flame.
Oh yeah,
as an ice cream server.
Why don't you bring your sister on?
Why don't you bring your young sister to get ice cream?
We've got a new flavor.
We've got flavors for her to taste in her mouth.
What size of shirt does she wear? What is her shoe size?
Boxers or briefs.
Does she moisturize?
Does she put the lotion on her skin? Because you're doing Buffalo Bill.
I think that's what I'm going for.
Okay, good. And he sees a child unattended now and you don't know this yet, but he has PTSD.
The second I saw him eyeing that child up, I was like, wow, this guy's been taken before.
Either you're worried about him being taken or you're thinking about taking him. Yeah. That's what that look says.
That's the only reason you look at an unattended child, is to make sure they're either A, not being taken, or B, unattended enough so you can take them.
So here's the problem with adding a storyline to characters in a Five Nights at Freddy's movie. When that child is escorted away by a man who turns out to be the child's father.
Probably a stepfather, honestly, by the way he grabs him.
And this causes Mike to tackle him into a fountain and beat the shit out of him. Yep. Instead of saying, "Are you this child's father?" And then catch no negative repercussions aside from being fired from his job. That makes me upset. Because it means that you wrote just enough backstory for this character to have that scene, but then the scene means nothing.
Yep.
How can we get him into a position where he's got to talk to Drake International's Matthew Lillard, the job placement officer?
Oh, yeah. Well,
we'll have him commit an assault and get in no trouble.
Yeah, how about he beat
in broad daylight in a mall?
How about he beat the shit out of this grown man in front of his child while his child goes, "Daddy."
Yep.
So, and the second you hear "Daddy," you stop punching him because Daddy.
You think you'd know?
It's fucking Daddy.
It sure is. He said it right out loud.
Yeah. This kid was probably being a piece of shit in the mall, and his dad's like, all right, we're leaving. If you're just gonna stare at things in the ice cream store all day, we're leaving.
Yeah. I already said no.
We're here to get new pants, and new pants only.
It's school soon.
Yeah.
So right to the placement agency where Matthew Lillard's attitude towards Mike right off the bat is like, yeah, you're a piece of shit, aren't you? Here's your employment rap sheet right in your face. God, you suck at working.
Oh my God, yep.
And then sees his last name and immediately stops speaking. So I go, oh, why did you take pause at his last name? What do you have to do with this situation where a child is missing and has been for years? Almost like I knew immediately how this movie was going to end.
Yeah.
Oh, wouldn't it be an insane twist if it turns out Matthew Lillard is in the bunny? Oh, wait. M. Night, put on your M. Night Shyamalans.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very upset with this film.
M. Night Shyamalan Rouge over here.
So fucking mad.
Dumb.
I got like more than halfway. I'm like, is that all the Matthew Lillard I'm gonna get?
Wouldn't that be upsetting too?
Yeah.
And the answer is fucking yes, basically.
Yeah, when you texted me like this movie fucking sucks, and I said yeah, it's because I hadn't seen more Matthew Lillard yet.
Yeah, and then when you do get to see more of it, it's upsetting.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
But that is the scene that increased my rating by 1.
So yeah, Matthew Lillard here, he's fucking he's like, this is what does he say? He says something like, it's not that easy. And then I think he goes like, he's like, yeah, I got a job for you. A job. I got this one job for you.
I have one singular job for you.
And
now
it took me about a second to find it. Suspicious.
It's suspicious. And there is very much a reason why this is the one job that he's offering. Later on,
because his options are limited, right?
Did you notice the Matthew Lillard coffee shot?
Was that where he like asks him a question and he doesn't answer it, but he's like, do you want coffee?
And he gets up to get it, and then we have the reverse Quentin Tarantino top down of just the coffee.
I didn't notice that.
Which is the kind of thing that directors will do from a cinematography standpoint. When a shot is supposed to be pertinent or important to remember or think about. Like when Quentin Tarantino does it with the trunk, it's because usually there's a body in there.
Yeah.
Or because this is an important expository dialogue that explains like some kind of facet of the movie.
Yeah.
Gives you a little bit of insight into the characters or something.
Okay.
Nope, just coffee. I want it to look nice.
Yeah,
sick. Love it when directors think so hard and deep about their the filmographic choices they make.
Well, Jay, he had coffee diarrhea later, and like that was like the whole thing.
That's why he's so pissed off.
Yeah, he's like, well, he has to move this bowel, and he's slugging back these coffees.
Sure.
No. Also, they do a thing that you think means something, but really has no consequence, probably because they didn't just want to write a fucking last name for this guy. But it's like
weird.
Matthew Lillard's like, Mike, you want some coffee? And like he just doesn't say his last name because who the fuck cares?
Well, Matthew Lillard cares a lot.
Matthew Lillard gets to have a last name. His daughter Vanessa, who we find out is his daughter at the end. Sorry for spoiling the film.
Yeah.
I think. To be honest, I think that might be in the game, to be honest.
Yep.
This Vanessa character, she might be in one of these games. I don't know. There's so many, I refuse to play them.
So, in continuing with the theme of spoilers, the reason why Matthew Lillard doesn't say his last name is because he recognizes it because it's the last name of his little brother who he killed.
Bum, 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 bum,
In the criminal justice system.
Bum, 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 bum. Fuck, that's actually I love that. All right, they've done 2 or 3 good things in this.
All Lillard related.
Lillard, I bet and this is probably him. Like Matthew's like sitting there.
I'm gonna be this. Yeah,
guys,
he's just keeps coming into the writers' room like, for real.
Well, what are we doing here? What are we? Is this Scream or is this not Scream? This feels.
I was Shaggy.
Zoinks! I said zoinks to a dog that wasn't there! You listen to me!
I said zoinks to a dog that wasn't there. Oh, fuck shit.
Yep.
That's funny.
Shit.
Mike comes home where his babysitter's at because this kid needs to be watched by somebody who fucking... Your introduction to this woman whose name is Max, which must be short for Maxine. But god damn it, why would you name her a guy's name? Because it just becomes confusing to people listening to me speak.
Well, I just wrote babysitter,
Yeah.
boyfriend, biker on meth,
Yep.
And then
It doesn't. Their names don't matter.
Joe Truglugio or whatever his name is, and then just other guy. I think I named them all like that.
Yeah.
There's about 5 people in this movie.
Like, why is your boyfriend friends with a fucking literal Hell's Angel who's on meth and 60? Why is he around? Excuse me?
Aunt Cunty.
Aunt Cunty. Yeah, no, that's fair.
To be honest, I'm really glad that you also picked up that. Yeah, why is there this one biker hanging out with these kids?
It's because he got kicked out of the MC for having the most feminine scream in the room, in any room that he's in.
For screaming and running from every...
Yeah, from any threat. Yeah, exactly that. Or just, hey, man, you don't really stack up here.
These people, these kids always only keep him around because he can get the drugs.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, we need weed. Do you want fentanyl in that or no?
Joke's on you. You're getting it.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the guy I go to.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
How big his hands are when he sprinkles it in like Salt Bay. Our introduction to Max is her saying, I wish someone would buy me a ring, because she's watching the Shopping Network.
Mm-hmm.
And then immediately there's a close-up of her body, and you can see her hands have about 5 fucking rings on them. So you selfish bitch, you have plenty of rings. Save some for the rest of the class.
Yeah. Those are just going to weigh you down when you need to run anyway.
And 8 snap bracelets just waiting to be forced to give head in the parking lot of a high school. You remember that?
No.
Remember snap bracelets?
Oh. Well,
Those colored bracelets, and each color meant a different sex act.
Yeah.
And so people would come up and pull them, and then you would have like an awkward 30 seconds, because the reality is no kid's ever going to blow you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I
Recess was fun when we were young, dude.
I remember being at like an 8th grade dance, and then like the girls being like, look at this. And I'm like...
Yeah, it's sick. What do you want me to do with that?
Yeah, like
Do you really want me to pull it? Look me in the eye and you tell me.
See, the thing is, like, it wasn't pulling it. It was just like, this is, look at what I've done. I was like, black as an anus.
Like
and I remember one girl had it there. I'm like, this is grade 8.
Okay, so in my
really
school,
putting things up your butt in grade 8? Come on, we're children.
In my school, and I don't know if this was better or worse, but it meant that you were willing to do that, not that you had done it already. And somebody had to break the bracelet, and then that became the person that you had to let
the contract,
put it in you.
The blood seal.
Yeah, and then you just stand there and you go, "Is that it?"
Wow.
Because it doesn't happen because you're kids.
Well, why wouldn't anybody always go for the anus?
What's the worst thing that you were privy to in elementary school? Because mine was, I had a friend who used to pay the chicks money, and they would flash their thongs.
I don't even know. There was like just a weird dude in my neighborhood who hid porn in the forest, but would like show you where he hid it.
Fuck yeah.
He's like, why don't you come into the forest? Let me show you something.
That's way worse than what I said for a multitude of reasons.
I mean, like he was...
That is miles away worse than what I said. That's 20,000 leagues worse than what I said under the sea. C stands for child molestation in this case.
Oh, man. Small town living.
Good God.
Small town living. It's just simpler down there.
I was just talking about underage banging. And now, like, both parties being kids. And this is different. This is...
Well, he was like
this is crimes.
He's a couple years older. It wasn't like an adult male.
I feel like it was Joe Swanson. I don't know what this is, but that's crime.
Christ. We had different childhoods. We sure did.
I like that, you don't get to know this right away, but I immediately... So, his little sister's name is Abby, and
it's a sister, not a daughter.
It's not. It takes you way too long to figure that the fuck out unless you can play the childhood trauma guessing game, okay? In this case, it's the fact that there are no parents in any picture that she draws at all. So there's no parents.
Well, see, I thought he was like the dad and the mom was...
And then I'm like, well, he's a bit too young to be a father of a 9-year-old.
I don't know.
Well, you don't... Just from face.
People be banging, man.
That's true. And also, and the other reason why I knew his parents were either dead or gone is because he does the same thing in the early morning that Christian Bale does in The Dark Knight, which is push-ups beside his bed. It's very dead parents exercise regimen.
Yeah, it's fair, yeah. I mean, it's the first thing you do is remember your parents are dead and then work out your upper body by pushing it away from the ground.
You need to do that. Well, you want to get as far away from their corpses as possible.
Oh, yeah. Oh, corpses.
Oh, gross.
One, and who, and
that's your motivation, you know.
I'm getting closer to them, no!
It's better than somebody, it's better than a spot,
you
know?
Yeah.
Because he'll just be like, one more. You got this. Go. And that's in Dead Parents. That's a way better motivator.
Oh, yeah. So there's like, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think there's like, Jay, they might have included lore in this movie. There's some. They're because like, so there's like one of these games is called Sister Locations, and it's got something to do with a sister and this robot they try and jam her into at the end.
Okay.
So I don't know how much of this, like, are we gonna get another one? And are we gonna get another one?
I got news for you.
How many? I don't want it to be
3.
Oh, that's worse than I thought.
And Matthew Lillard's signed contract for all 3 of them.
So bad.
Explain to me, based on how this movie ends, how Matthew Lillard can continue to be in the movies. Just go ahead and explain that.
Well,
with his face. With his face.
Yeah. Oh.
With his untouched and pure face.
Okay. Well, probably not. It's probably gonna be like a Friday the 13th thing because he says, "I always come back."
That's
as
true.
He dies.
They always come back from my coochie in the dark. Thank you, Daniel. I almost fucked a pterodactyl.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we're talking about is way better than this fucking.
Consistently.
Can we
I could be talking about paint, colors. I would just describe a fucking paint chip thing to you over podcast right now and record it, and that would be better than this movie.
This color is like if you took green and a little bit of blue and a little bit of white though, a little bit of white because it's not dark. It's like a lighter color.
And
you know?
Put them shits together in a bucket and you shook it like a baby you don't want.
Oh, parenting 101.
Speaking of parenting, not eating is a sign of child abuse. So when Abby doesn't want to come to dinner, calls into question old Mike's ability to be parentified as a 20-year-old. Because canonically, according to the movies, he is 21.
All I'm saying is...
Or 26? Anyway, he's in his 20s.
Aunt Cunty ain't that cunty, all right?
She's pretty fucking cunty.
She comes off as cunty, but...
She's pretty cunty, though.
And like what you just said, like it kind of makes it seem like she cares more about this than he does, you know? And she's just Aunt Cunty. But...
given the way that she very quickly was willing to be like, look at this fucking degenerate, right to his sister's teacher, she's kind of cunty.
All right, fine.
Also, ruin his employment. Talk to a guy who just offers up the opportunity to commit a murder.
Well, look it.
Work with him more.
Listen, what are her options here? She's trying to protect the child. From a man who brings
by putting her life in danger.
No, her life wasn't in danger. The life in danger was
Max's brother or boyfriend or whatever is just so willing to be like, well, let's kill him.
Yeah, but like,
look at who you associate with.
She's protecting the sister.
Not to mention the fucking lawyer is right there listening to premeditated murder conversation. He does nothing at all. Well, and she doesn't even let him eat food.
He straight up is just like, I shouldn't be hearing this, and then she doesn't let him get up. So what's he supposed to do?
Overpower the tiny woman.
To be honest, like, no, he really shouldn't be hearing this. You don't want him to hear this. Let him get up.
This is the aunt from Mama.
Is it?
It's not, but it is.
Because
it's the exact same. It's not literally her, but it's the same woman.
Okay, because
it's the same character all the way down to the haircut and long coat.
I recognized the actress from something, so I was like, oh, maybe it is.
I don't think it's no.
Yeah, but you're right.
It's the same woman. Like
she's gonna stop at nothing. She's gonna stop at nothing to get this sister away
and some
from
of
this
that happens
guy.
to include breaking into places illegally and causing damage to property and not really caring about that.
Well, who gives a shit? It's just a rundown old restaurant. Who gives a fuck about it anyway?
So I was pissed off because there's nothing soothing about 100 birds chirping in the jungle. So I didn't understand why that was his whale noises for sleep. And then it makes sense afterwards because he's recreating the experience for his head of the picnic where he lost his brother.
Yeah. And, that scenic Nebraska landscape with the mountain and the cornfields and the child molesters. Yeah, Nebraska.
He should have got a picture of a fucking Volvo from 1980.
You
know, the car that his brother was driven away in against his will.
This whole time, I thought he was trying to, like, remember the license plate. He's trying to go back in the dream and remember the license plate.
He's trying to remember something.
He's trying to ask kids who weren't there, who are ghosts, about shit.
That's cool.
They don't fucking know about.
They don't appear until, like, a couple days in. He's still doing the lucid dream thing. So what? They just infected his brain and got in there?
I guess so.
I think the only time that he has conversations with them is when he's sleeping on the job. When he's sleeping on the job, that he needs to maintain custody of his younger sister.
Yup.
Make sure to do a horrible job of your job, the only one available to you.
The job that he goes to and takes sleeping pills at so that he can sleep through it.
Yeah. He's got like two tasks, which is kind of funny. Matthew Lillard's like, you only have one thing to do, and it's watch the cameras. Oh, and clean up. And he's like, that's two things.
Oh,
and
fuck.
Then
he does
at
it
the end of the movie.
too. Yeah, he does.
Also, like, probably not a good idea to be a mouthpiece to the guy who's literally in the middle of killing children in front of you.
Probably not. Are we going to talk about the fact that the only job available to this man who just attacked an adult trying to get his child out of the mall?
Night Watchman.
At a fucking defunct Chuck E. Cheese, where that's going to happen all day?
It was because Matthew Lillard wanted him to go there.
Well, yeah. I mean, of course, but like, hey, do you really think that this is the only job for you? You shouldn't have this job.
Go to the other placement agency.
Yeah. Like,
there's got to be more than one.
You ask very few questions about this job, and yet you're right here alongside it.
Yeah. And even then, he's like, nah, I don't want it because I can't work nights. Yeah? Try harder.
Fucking try.
So we get Nebraska Dream now. Mike's in bed trying to, recreate it again so that he can get a little bit more information about his brother's disappearance. Question. Because it's... Mom's there putting too much ketchup on the thing, and she goes to get a towel to pick up the spilled Pepsi, even though it's a picnic table outside. You're outdoors. Just leave it. And then...
Go to another table.
Go to another table. And then his younger brother's playing Frisbee, and the Frisbee goes off into the woods, so he goes to grab it. Dad's barbecuing. Little brother gets kidnapped while you're out getting the Frisbee. Hey, question. Where was Dad?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Does it take both eyes, hands, feet, and entire body to cook a hot dog? You can't watch two kids while you're cooking a hot dog?
I mean, are we not gonna, I don't know, hear this car pulling up as we sit in the middle of the woods?
Yeah, through the twigs and leaves.
Yeah, this silent car, this Volvo. Nobody's gonna see this red car rolling up through the woods.
Rolling up and then rolling out, not fast at all.
No.
Not even remotely fast.
No.
And Mike runs after the car screaming, and nobody hears that.
Look, I know we live in a different day and age these days, but if I hear a child running after a car and screaming...
I'm at least going to look in that direction.
Yeah, there's a child in the back of that car who needs to be out.
Very likely.
Yeah. But, no.
If anything, more often back then.
Yeah, way more.
Before 1990, I just read a stat on this. It was like something like you had a 60 to 90% chance. Sorry, 1960. So 60 to 80. You had a 60 to 90% chance of getting away with murder. And this guy's just taking kids. The murder happens way later.
And you know how, like, there's only one active pedophile in America at one given time?
Oh, yeah, only one of them.
This movie operates on that theory.
Yeah. There can't be another.
No, there's only one pedophile.
In all of the United... And you know why? It's funny that you say that, and I'll tell you how right you are. In order for Mike to have accepted this job as the night watchman at Freddy Fazbear's, he would have had to not at all ever have heard the rumors or facts surrounding the case of the several missing children at Freddy Fazbear's.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta...
He would need to have not lived in this town ever.
That's correct.
Which means they moved
well in the town.
They moved from out of state. They have to have done that.
Maybe they moved from Nebraska.
Yeah.
They were like, what's with all this fucking corn?
Hey, man, mention it.
No.
Mention it in your fucking movie.
No.
Otherwise, why is he accepting the job at the place that's going to give him a PTSD episode because he's got a missing kid? Why doesn't... Also, where's your little brother, man? Where's your little brother and these missing kids?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Jay. If they're haunting your dreams, they're not missing. You fucking think they're missing? They're dead. They've been dead. That's why you haven't found them. It's because they're fucking dead. Put two and two together. They're dead.
Oh my fucking god, they're dead, dude.
They're fucking dead.
They're obviously dead.
They're goddamn dead.
Oh shit. Matthew Lillard's performance during this whole thing is awkward as fuck, but it makes sense given what happens later on in the movie. So awkward watching him fucking... So I didn't write anything until he goes and does the thing.
We're at the school, listening to why we're an unfit parent for our sister.
And Aunt Cunty is here.
Aunt Cunty! There we go.
Actually, Reagan from The Exorcist.
You
know what she did? Your cunting daughter?
I just want everybody who's like driving through neighborhoods listening to this to like get pulled over.
Aunt Cunty!
Cunty!
Oh my god.
It's fun to say it. You should just say it aloud. It's fun. I want everybody to say cunty.
Right out loud, wherever you are, work, gym.
Yeah, say it.
Traffic, if you're pissed at traffic.
1, 2, 3. Oh, you didn't say it, did you? Fucking
You're gonna
rude.
get people writing in like, yes, I did.
I said cunty. I said it. All right. So yeah, we're here. We are like, hey, you're bad. You're a bad parent because you're a brother. And we need everybody needs to know that you're the brother and not the dad, so that you know that I'm not your sister. I'm your Aunt Cunty.
I don't like that it's so on the nose a Karen who's bad. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, immediately later on she's wearing fucking leopard print like Cruella de Vil. Like and it's henchmen, and she's got henchmen like Cruella de Vil. So they just watched 101 Dalmatians. They were like, okay, let's make a witch.
Let's
give her the Karen haircut.
Oh yeah.
They give her the Karen ass attitude.
This is probably like real life experience. I probably just went to Starbucks and met this person, and we're like, well,
yeah,
you're
the crocodile tears when you don't get your way.
Yup. The cunt.
The cunt part.
The cunt. Absolutely the cunt.
Also, there's nothing wrong with falling asleep in the middle of the day. I don't know why she used that as a point. Like, you're not fit to be a parent. You're tired.
Yeah. Oh,
that's all parents. That's every parent.
We wake your daughter up at 6 a.m. every morning for fucking 8 hours of school, and she's tired.
Jesus.
Ugh.
Lawyer looks like he just got back from Vietnam yesterday.
Lawyer looks like he just ate several hard-boiled eggs. And it's getting the egg sweats. The lawyer looks like the dude from Human Centipede 2.
He does.
That's what he looks like.
He looks like he does. He would jerk off with sandpaper.
Yeah, he looks like he's on his way to, or just coming from, having yanked it with some grit.
Yeah. So, by the way, here's me filing for custody against you. This will make our relationship amicable going forward.
Let me serve you some papes.
Right in front of your fucking sister. Right in front of her teacher. Let's really air out the family issues that we're having in front of the educator.
Right here.
The caretaker during the day.
So that when social workers come and interview her, she'll be well versed in all of the drama. Perfect.
She tries her absolute best when just talking to Mike to scream with her eyes, get a fucking job, please. Please get a job if you want to keep her.
So, I mean, he does.
In the background of this shot on the blackboard
are
a list of words for the kids to remember.
Okay.
These words include...
Oh, shit.
Bear.
Bear.
Fox.
Fox.
Bunny.
Bunny.
Chick.
Oh. I see where they're going with this.
Other things like project, vein, just... Everything to do with the fucking Freddy. Everything to do with Freddy is on that chalkboard.
Cheese pizza?
Whoa.
Is Freddy Fazbear's not a fucking pizza place?
Yeah, their favorite is cheese.
Look, this whole... Okay, so I was under the impression that these were pedophile ghosts in these fucking animatronics.
Nope, it's kids. That one pedophile decided to put in it.
This whole movie, I'm like, where's the pedophiles?
There's one.
Bring on the pedophiles.
You don't get to have that. No,
where's the backstory on the pedophiles?
You get to have children that you're meant to sympathize with because they're victims too.
Nah.
You know the way that they kill everyone? Mm-hmm. I definitely do feel bad for these ghosts of children that kill everyone that gets near them.
Yeah, the way the way they don't want to hurt you, but oh man,
I'm damn sure gonna try.
That rabbit just has some kind of power over them. I don't know.
The fox has a hook hand. That's cool for kids.
Yeah. Oh man, do you think that these kids, do you think that they like looked like this before they possessed the ghost, or do you think that like they're like, oh, let me put this hat on afterwards? I think that looks like something fun.
Based on the one dream that he has where he's chasing him down, like they're in costumes. One of them has bunny ears.
Yeah, like, well, he's got like a hook hand.
Yeah, he's dressed like a pirate.
All right.
So that's the one that's in the Fox.
Well, see, I figured it was like...
Here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
The animatronics existed before the kids were put inside of them. Otherwise, there'd be nowhere to put the kids.
That's true.
So why are they dressed like the animatronics in the dream?
That's sort of my question.
You raise a great question.
Like, were they just like, oh, well, this is fun.
So that
I'll just have a hook hand.
It's so that the audience can tell who's supposed to be who, I suspect.
Well, let me tell you.
Because the audience is mush-brained children with iPad stare.
Yep.
All right?
It took me 1 second. To see them standing in a row.
That's the animatronics right there. I can tell by the way that they are that.
There they are.
Yep, perfect.
They got a one for every single. One's straight up just in a chicken costume. I'm 34. I'm 34.
So that's that, and then it's first day on the job.
Yeah, and we get Matthew Lillard basically reiterating the intro to the video game, like, hey man, don't do it. Don't fucking die.
I looked up the text script for the first phone call that you get in the game.
Yeah.
And they rip out maybe 3 or 4 lines from it. But while the explanations are the same, we got to add in things that make it more like reality instead of the video game. And then subsequently cause me to ask more questions because things aren't answered. All right? Why don't the lights work? Hey, you're the night watchman, and your job is to just keep people from coming in. Should have also thrown in a line about people keeping things from getting out. Chose not to do that. Wasted opportunity. It's all good. I'm looking inside this fucking place, right? I see neon signs on. Exit signs on. Outside, floodlights fucking right on. Even the logo on the front of the building, it might flicker a little bit because the bulbs are busted, but it's getting electricity. Turn on the fucking lights at night. At least try a light switch.
You would save money on people dying in your restaurant if you would just leave the lights on.
Not to mention,
to discourage
places like
criminals.
This, I don't care if it's derelict or not, you're 100% right, by the way. Turn the lights on and leave. They'll do your job for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually cheaper to just leave lights on in a building like this than turn them on and off again.
Yeah, just get a sign that says, somebody's in here.
Occupado.
People will be like, wow, I think there might be somebody in here.
During the VHS orientation, that's where the majority of the game lines are, but one of the lines is they have lithium batteries so that they have limited range to roam free. If these fucking things are roaming free, so am I, right out of the door to my house, back to home right now.
There's no need for them to roam free. They need to be on wires.
They really should not be roaming free at all.
No, that's how good children get crushed.
You see the size of their fucking feet when they step?
Well, they've got Terminator feet.
You could splatter a baby's skull with those in a second and a half.
Why does the animatronic end at the heel? It's just
great question.
Just the T-1000 from the knee down.
Cute bear. He's got a microphone. He's singing. That's cute. Oh! Nightmares that I have now as a 5-year-old forever.
There's metal bones.
I hate Cybertrucks, and I can't explain why because I've never been to therapy.
Can we talk about? There's the fucking talking in your sleep by the Romantics. What? Why?
That's what it was. Okay.
Why the song? Why any song? Why that one?
I couldn't tell you.
Fucking nothing.
It's because of his dreams. It's because his dreams.
Thanks for answering my questions.
The most on-the-nose fucking shit. There's no subtlety.
Yeah.
It's not even subtext. It's just text.
I went and like looked at the lyrics of the songs. I'm like, because maybe it's like about stalking. Maybe it's like open your heart to me.
Dreams.
And then
it's because he's lucid. It's because he has conversations with ghost children who shouldn't be in his dreams.
80% of the song is I hear you talking in your sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep.
Well,
when you're talking in your sleep.
Yep.
That's that's all of the lyrics. You just got them.
Yeah.
So
plot. That's the plot of the movie.
Yeah. If you thought there was any more significance to it, it's apparently not. He's dreaming. So
they were like, what can we do to pad this time code out so that it's not just a 40-minute long movie? And then somebody was listening to that song in an AirPod in the room. I got an idea.
Hold up. Hear me out. What's the time that we're supposed to be hearkening back to? The 80s? Well, hear me out. Here's a song about talking in your sleep that I heard on Nightmare on Elm Street
I
when I watched that last week.
Molly Ringwald.
She should have been in this fucking film.
Also, is that song also in fucking Nightmare on Elm Street? Because I wouldn't be surprised for a second.
I wouldn't be surprised. Nah, they always got like the Fat Boys, and they're like, "Yo, Freddy is back, and he's gonna scratch you. Look at us, we are huge Fat Boys.
Okay.
The Fat Boys are
What the fuck
back,
is the Fat Boys?
and you know they can never be whack." You don't know the Fat Boys?
No,
You don't know the Fat Boys.
I don't.
All right, look. First of all, the Fat Boys. There were some rappers from
Were
the
they
80s.
fat and also boys?
They were. They literally, I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street 5, had a song about Freddy Krueger, and there was a whole music video with him in it.
Well, I'm pretty sure 5 is either Dream Child or Dream Warrior.
Dream Warrior
which
is
is like
3.
the worst. So it must be Dream Child.
It could be. I don't know. Either way, they also in Jackass, the first one where they like stuff their clothes.
Thank you.
It's that fucking song.
Thank you. Okay.
But yeah, no, they have a song with fucking Robert Englund. And he fucking has a little bit in it too. I think
Robert Unduland.
I'm pretty sure he raps in it.
Fantastic.
And he's like, "Yo, I'm Freddy here, and I'm
Oh,
here to
I
say
believe it.
I'm an evil guy
You know
in your
somebody-
dreams today."
You know somebody cannot rap when they say their name and say, "I'm here to say." That's your opening line?
Yeah, you had to describe who you are and what you're doing. Just say what you had to say, because we know it's probably something terrible.
Yep.
Oh my God! So back to this fucking movie.
This fucking
speaking
movie,
of,
yeah.
I don't know, we're in a movie somewhere.
First jump scare falls flat. It's the balloon doll in the locker.
Yeah. Let me tell you right now.
Yeah, tell me right now.
It's not even a doll. It's a figurine.
Yep.
It's
a Funko Pop.
it's about as big as a Funko Pop. How is it startling anybody without it just being thrown at your face? Like,
yeah, and that's not startling so
somebody
much
has-
as it is hurting you.
Yeah, somebody's got to be literally pitching it at you, and you have to shield yourself from it.
It's on a shelf. That's where things go.
Yeah.
Why are
Don't-
you surprised by that?
Look where you're putting your face before you put it. You know, he turns his head and opens his eyes, and
Yeah.
the clown's there.
This guy's startled by literally everything in his life.
Yeah, it's a figurine that has a thing that says "Yay Balloons," and I'm pretty sure that's
Fuck.
in the game somewhere else. It's like in one of the future,
Yeah.
like number 2 or 3. It's another one of these fucking animatronics.
Sure. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, neither
I
do
saw
I.
that cupcake and I was like, dumb.
Yep. Imagine being the fucking kid. Like all these, yeah, I'm gonna stuff all you kids into these animatronics.
Okay, yeah,
but
you get the bear, you get the rabbit, you get the giant chick. I'm sorry you get the fox because we got to put a little bit more felt on you. And you! Also, the kids, later, Vanessa, pissed me off so bad. It's not just the souls of the kids in the animatronics. Apparently, it's the bodies as well.
Yep.
So what's in the cupcake? A fetus?
It had better not be.
Because it's very small.
I just bashed my face
Yeah,
off
you
my
did. It
microphone.
was hilarious. I hope it got picked up.
Oh.
I know that it did, too.
There's just, my God, yeah. And like, okay, sure, yeah. So it's their bodies in there. Yeah, that's cool. This cupcake is a mouth. So when it opens up, how are bones just not rattling out?
How are you not seeing inside there?
Yeah,
At
how are you not going,
bones?
why are there bones in this cupcake?
Why would Vanessa, the police officer, I'm getting ahead of myself, but I need to because, oh my
It's fine.
God.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Why would Vanessa, the police officer, have the knowledge that there are bodies in the animatronics and not take them out? This is the best police officer in the world. She spends every night in this fucking restaurant instead of doing her job as a police officer. She's protecting no parts of the city at all.
Because her daddy.
Yeah, because her fucking daddy. Yeah, your daddy that probably fucked you. I'm sure of it.
Well, yeah. That's a given.
Good God.
So yeah, they like, you bring up several good points.
She knows exactly where the bodies are buried. Literally. And does nothing at all.
Not a lick.
Nobody does anything at all as far as legal repercussions this whole movie. It starts with the fight in the fountain, and it just continues.
Let
It
me
just
tell
goes
you why.
on and on. 5 people die in this movie, and nobody does anything. They just leave them in the back.
They call once to see if they're coming to babysit children, and then nothing.
That's it. He doesn't make any mention of the fact that the babysitter's just missing to a police officer. She does nothing to investigate the disappearance of 5 people from the town.
Nothing. I love it. Well,
Holy
it's a
fuck.
kid's movie. You can't really get gritty crime scenes in a kid's movie. You're lucky we got a bloody handprint for a second.
You're lucky we got to see the shadow of somebody getting bit in half.
Yeah, that really upset me.
I wish I had been able to see it.
Oh, by the way, if you were at all wondering if there's children inside these animatronics, there's children inside them.
There sure are.
An arm comes out of Freddy, grabs the girl, a child's arm grabs an adult person and pulls them inside the animatronic halfway.
And I know what you're thinking. How do they fit? Parts. Parts is probably the answer. Although, as ghosts, for some reason, they're whole.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, I feel like he just like put them. Well, so they got the spring trap things.
Yeah.
Is there not a character just called Springtrap? I've been waiting this whole movie for like on their Springtrap.
Interesting.
But like the thing. Because I feel like first of all, why would you design animatronics?
Closes on you like the Wild Wild West spider legs.
Yeah. Why would you design animatronics that you could wear? Just get a fucking suit.
Animatronics that you can wear and then also are so dangerous that you shouldn't.
Yeah, like, just take the animatronics out. If you want to be a pedophile in a suit, just don't have that suit be full of animatronics. How's that?
Did you ever hear the story about the guy working on the fucking T-Rex for Jurassic Park?
No.
They had to shut it down in order to service its insides because they would get all like greasy and bunged up and shit as it went. And it was a guy who physically had to crawl into it in order to service it like that.
Ugh.
So he's inside the parts.
I hate it.
At one point, there was some kind of electrical malfunction and it turned on and it tried to reset back to original position, which would crush him. And the only reason he survived is because he curled up into a ball in the exactly right space.
Amazing.
Otherwise, he would have been shredded by mechanics.
Wow. It's like in Transformers when they go from robot to person, or from car to person, but they still, it's like they just chuck the kid out.
Yeah, how's there not blood everywhere?
Oh my god, that's fucked. I did not hear about that.
All right, so day one, sleeping on the fucking job. You'd think that custody of your sister would incentivize you enough to grab a coffee.
You'd think. Well, all we get really is like a shadow of an animatronic lurking.
Yeah, in the doorway because the lights are flickering.
And,
sure.
Oh, day two, that's it.
Yeah, should have been doing the Nick Cage thing in Willy's Wonderland with the pops, and there's fucking pinball machines up and down a wall in the dining room. Have some fun, asshole.
Yeah, good lord.
The speaker at one point starts playing the static intro to the Dimmu Borgir song from like CKY4.
Oh, yeah.
When he's riding in the fucking, when Bam's riding in the,
away with your kind.
I heard that and I was like, I thought that song was gonna start playing in the movie.
I would have been about that.
Would have loved that.
I think at one point, God, yeah, no, it's what's his face talking, and they're like, oh, Freddy was created to honor the owner's two favorite things: family-friendly atmosphere, and then I wrote, and big ass puppets scaring kids.
How are you not, as a 5-year-old, terrified by this musical performance?
Yeah.
This isn't the Bare Naked Ladies, Mom.
This is, yeah, you said we were going to see, and it's a bear that's a different kind of bear. And there's a dick there because there's a person in there.
You don't want him to be bare naked, and you wished he was a lady.
Oh, Jesus. God. I don't even know where we are in this film. Was fucking day two.
And this is when fucking Aunt Cunty decides to commit crimes to get custody of her niece.
That's right. We're gonna set up Mike. We're gonna have people break in. First of all, we're gonna have people break in during the day. He's the night guard. What's he supposed to do during the day when he's not there? What do you expect one man to fucking do?
When he is not on duty, he is no longer liable for the integrity of the property.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly about this would get him fired?
Yeah.
Turns out what would potentially get him fired is leaving a door unlocked, which was just an accident. And just coincidence.
And it's not something he did. They broke in through a garage door on the side, which any cop would have been like, well, look at chunk.
But now
lock door.
All of her behavior makes sense because she's keeping it under wraps.
Yeah.
But also, fuck that. Because that means that Mike isn't asking enough questions that would be reasonable to ask to out her as not doing her job here.
He doesn't ask any questions at all.
He should be asking every question that's askable.
Oh, what's this, a job? What are you, a cop? Great. Where's my paycheck? I gotta get my sister some shoes.
some shoes. Overbearingly, yeah. The conversation happening at the diner right now between the aunt and Max, the babysitter. Oh, as it turns out, she's also a bad person who has been charged with snooping around the house while she's babysitting in order to find dirt to make him look bad. And she can't because there is none, because he's all right as a guy.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. He's
yeah,
literally
he's struggling,
trying his best.
He is. Yeah. But up comes the overbearingly upbeat waiter who would suck at poker because he can't read a table. He just keeps, lunch is the most important meal of the day, guys. Are you sure you're not going to eat?
Why is this lawyer panicking? Why does he look panicked? Can I offer you a club sandwich, sir?
I'll be sure to keep an eye on you specifically, boyfriend or brother of Max, because you look like you're about to rob my store.
Yeah.
You're greasy in the way that a store robber is.
You look like a guy who wants to look like a guy.
How come burglars are always wet?
It's true. It's because they're greasy. They gotta grease up.
They gotta so that they can't get grabbed by cops when they're escaping.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
You
now.
never know. You never know what vent you're gonna need to slide into, like a snake.
I get it.
So yeah. The brother does suggest killing Mike, and the lawyer's just like, "Hey man, I'm going to leave." And they're, well, no, sit right down, Mr. Lawyer.
Right.
Listen to the crimes so that
to the crimes we're planning out loud.
in this restaurant where anybody can hear.
It's noon because he said lunch.
Yep. And by the way, lunch isn't the most important meal of the day.
No, I've heard breakfast and I've heard dinner. I've never heard anybody say that about lunch.
No.
Not once.
No, I never eat it. I never eat it.
Nope.
It's not that important.
No, you could do without it.
So, fucking...
They decide, okay, what we're going to do is break in while he's not there so that we can trash the place while he's not on duty.
For
$1,000. Well, it was going to be $2,000 and then they got lowballed.
They didn't take...
There was no haggling.
They took $1,000 for an answer.
Nobody at this table is Jewish. And then when she leaves, however, despite that fact, she still steals the sugar packets like a bitch.
Oh my god.
Puts them right in her purse.
And you know that purse is already full.
Of sugar packets. Of Splendas, specifically, given her age.
And she never uses them because she's always going somewhere that has them.
Yep.
So why are you taking them?
Nah, she pulls them out in the movie theater or some shit. Like crackers, saltines.
Probably.
She does that shit.
Probably.
And she answers the phone.
Like a fucking cunt. Nebraska Poster is coming to work.
Yeah, so that he could sleep on the job more.
Yeah.
Facilitating.
Here I was thinking he was ripping it down, being like, "Oh, he's done having the."
You'd think
He's done. He's done with it.
We're not turning over a new leaf.
Nah, I need to do this at work now because when I had a nap at work the last time, I saw boys. I saw different boys in my dreams, and now I want to see those boys again. And maybe the one girl we'll see.
Those boys have something I want.
I must see the boys of my dreams.
Oh my fucking god. Woo!
So, here fucking lighting, we're lighting up the restaurant interior, all the monitors are there, and then, fucking guy's sleeping, but he doesn't see this ominous shadow.
Yeah.
The ominous shadow in the doorway and the camera, ooh. Because if you've ever played this game, that's all the game is ominous shadows in doorways, and then you hear, I don't know what it is, but one of them goes dum-de-dum-dum-dum.
Yeah, the fox, you hear this dumbass fox, the only one who can vocalize is singing.
And like, first of all, Jay,
why is it not a child's voice if it's a child possessing the fox?
Yeah, I'll give you that.
How about that?
Why are we calling this place Five Nights at Freddy's if Freddy Fazbear is not like king animatronic here? He's not number one guy. He's not the guy Matthew Lillard is in.
It should be called Five Nights at Matthew Lillard's fucking pedophile ass.
Yeah, like
Five Nights in his ass.
Exactly. It's not even like he's not even the scariest one. He's barely in it.
Barely?
Yeah, I didn't even mean to do that, but I did it. I thought it was gonna be this bear. I thought I was gonna see this bear calling all the shots.
That's the bait and switch. They did the old switcheroo on you. No,
Yeah.
it's a rabbit nobody's heard of.
Yeah, exactly. It's the one that only comes out when your children go missing.
It's the one,
Let's not
that
put two and
never
two together
shows up
ever.
and also speaks fucking English right out loud.
Yeah, and also has a man clearly inside of it.
Alive.
Visibly a man in there.
I can see his beard
Yeah.
from here.
And like at first I was like, oh, you're not gonna edit that out, and then
And then he takes the shit off.
It's supposed
and,
to be Matthew Lillard. All right.
I'm in it.
But how come then we don't see the dead children in the animatronics the same way? What's going on here,
also,
Matthew?
Where's the one in the fox then? Because I can see the skeleton.
Where is the one in the fox? Because we can see the skeleton.
Yeah, there's no living tissue over that metal endoskeleton.
There's not even bone marrow.
Which is what Arnold Schwarzenegger says in The Terminator.
That's what he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just the endo part.
Yeah, this is.
There's no exo.
This is felt over an endoskeleton.
Yeah,
Titanium felt endoskeleton with an eye patch. Because why would you have two functioning eyes when you're a robot?
You know, and then why don't you just poke him in the one good eye, and that's the end of it. You won that exchange.
Well, you would hope that a ghost wouldn't be thwarted by being poked in its robot eye, but you know. Anyway, who cares? We're sleeping at work.
Yeah, we're just gonna sleep at work. Damage and dreams manifest in real life like Nightmare on Elm Street, so this time he's asking the ghost kids questions and they run away, because apparently we have time to play tag in this search for my missing brother.
Yeah, I'm not twice the size I was as a child, and I certainly can't chase this slow-moving car down as an adult.
That, or children running away from me.
I do push-ups every day, but I can't run 22 miles an hour through the forest.
It's all arms, no cardio.
Ugh. So yeah, let's bother these children who are just standing there like assholes. I don't know why one's got to cut me. Why? Why did it have to Freddy Krueger him?
Yeah.
Why did we have to knock off the Freddy Krueger?
It's actually Five Nights at Freddy Krueger's. Because if you get cut in your dreams, you get cut in real life. And nobody asks any questions as to how.
Yeah, no. Except one person will know, because she doesn't have to ask any fucking questions. And I hate her so much, she's my least favorite character. Let's talk about
her. She sucks. Let's talk about it. She rings the fucking intercom. Apparently turning the lights off and on again makes the fox go away. That must just be from the game.
No, that's what it is. You flip the light on and they go away.
Okay.
You have to flip the light off because there's limited power.
Yeah.
So you only get so much juice for the game. So you have to flick it on and off, and that's the whole thing.
Sure.
So yeah, there's no power. Of course there's not. But we're not going to talk about the limited juice.
He just leaves it on 24/7. He turns them on the second that he gets in there, even though it's nighttime, and he doesn't turn them off until it's day. I don't like the way that this interaction begins, because it's a police officer, obviously. And then Mike comes to the door for this police officer, who's obviously a police officer because she showed up in a cruiser. And he behaves as if he broke into this place and then put on a security guard's uniform so that he could fool a police officer.
He sure does.
There's nothing, the most professional thing that he says is, "How can I help you, officer?" The rest of the time it's like, "What? I look like a zombie who just finished doing crack."
Well, she doesn't identify herself as an officer. She's like, "Hey, I'm Vanessa."
No, she.
You have to be like, "I'm Officer Vanessa of the police department."
Way too quick with the first name.
Yeah.
Because he says, "What's up, officer?" And then she goes, "Just call me Vanessa," thus eliminating any professionalism there may have been.
Oh yeah. So I wrote, she's either Brinks or a fake cop.
Brinks. Your ADT went off. I'm just making sure everything's all right. Usually we call, but we're in the year 2000, so it's a landline phone.
I don't have a gun or any way to stop the crime. I'm just here because the alarm went off.
Just around.
But don't worry, she's also a certified EMT.
Thanks for announcing that. You're every police officer. Fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I know exactly where the med kit is, and don't ask why.
Don't ask why I know where everything is and what you don't touch.
Yeah, don't fucking just don't worry about it. I'm gonna flip all these switches too.
Oh, by the way, you're just gonna fucking quit like everybody else. Thanks for the vote of confidence on my employment, bitch. It's been 2 fucking nights. All right.
Yeah, and I like that she's a certified EMT, but she also just stood there and let him try and wrap his own wrist. The one thing you can't do it.
It's very hard. Because how are you going to fix it? You can't hold the bandage down in order to put the bobby pin in.
And yet she still is like, "Here's the bandage."
All right, give me a file. Let me give it a shot. Yeah, I just want to see you make a fool of yourself in front of me, a professional.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, why'd they give the fox a hook hand in a fucking play place, a child's play place? Anyway. Vanessa basically shows up to tell Mike how haunted by dead children the place is.
Without actually saying the words.
Now who's acting suspicious?
Yeah. And her job is to not do that. Her job is to not do anything, and she immediately does something.
And when she leaves, don't let this place get to you is my advice. Well, it wasn't gonna before you showed up with your haunted dead kid story and ominous foreshadowing.
Yeah.
I was actually fine with this before I spoke to you once. This place was much less frightening for me before you opened your fucking mouth.
Yeah, this ominous cop came in and just got in my shit.
Sick.
Get the fuck out of here.
Thanks.
Okay, so look at, this might be pulling some strings I shouldn't pull, but if you were gonna have a restaurant where you've molested and murdered kids, and like, don't say you didn't molest them, prove it. Prove you didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
I want evidence.
Yeah. If you were gonna then still be around, like, why are we keeping the restaurant? I understand that you're like, oh, I really love it. Why are we keeping it around? How has nobody just been like, look at who owns this place? Let's look up public records as to the owner. Oh, it's Matthew Lillard.
Oh, the guy that did all the killing and raping?
Yeah. Oh, and here he is right here.
Gainfully employed as a placement agent at an employment agency.
Yeah. Just funneling people into his murder house.
Fantastic.
That's
what
nobody
I mean.
gonna ask any questions?
Literally out loud while I was watching, I was like, nobody's noticed the fucking employment agency to killed and in a suit pipeline? That it's just, the people keep either dying or disappearing after working at this one location, and there's one guy who keeps sending them there. It's probably fine. He looks cute.
These guys, they just don't have the guts to get the job done.
Fuck. So Mike leaves and the burglars have now waited, like we said, until he's no longer liable for the property in order to break in and smash things. And the ghosts don't like that at all.
Well, before that she shows him the shitty animatronics, and she, first of all, she says, prepare to have your minds blown.
Why?
Yeah, thank you.
I've seen it.
I wrote, prepare to have your minds blown should be reserved for showing the Amish dubstep and other technology. And prepare to have your minds blown is something you really shouldn't say when you're about to display shitty old animatronics.
From 1980, let's make it fucking clear, all right?
Prepare
this
to
shit
have your
happened
minds
in the 80s.
These things look up and down.
You didn't think dust could collect so thickly, did you?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
And like the thing called Guinness. And then the thing to remember is that the one animatronic like strums the guitar that it's holding and gets electrocuted. Remember that because I said so.
Go ahead and remember that immediately.
Take note.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, he's off the clock. It's not his jurisdiction. Let's break in and
smash stuff until we die. These ghost children don't like their pinball machine getting destroyed. I didn't really write too much about how they die and stuff because it doesn't fucking matter at all.
Not really. It's important to note that they all die, though.
They do all die.
They all die.
The most rough around the edges one has the girliest scream, the shrillest man ever.
Yeah, the biker dude who's there just to supply meth.
Somebody gets chomped in the face by the cupcake.
It's Joe Chiruglio.
Okay.
Well,
sure, that's a name.
He looks like that guy.
That's the name. I want you to know that I found it interesting that Vanessa Lawrence looks very much like Vanessa Lawrence. Vanessa looks very much like Jennifer Lawrence, and they've cast her alongside the other one from Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, he is in Hunger Games, isn't he?
And then you have this Jennifer Lawrence knockoff who's in You.
Oh yeah, she is in You. You're right.
and which is a funny coincidence because if I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't mind being in Her. Anyway, I wanted to bring up the cupcake scene because when you break into a building...
I'm sorry. No, it was good. I wasn't sure what to say. I liked it.
Okay.
I liked it, but then also I was like, should I give you this? I don't know.
Well, I'm taking it.
All right, you can have it.
So when you break into a building, right, and there is a closed freezer, and it's moving around... Why are you going to open the door? Because, okay, your best case scenario is rabid raccoons or a homeless person.
Yeah.
And the worst case scenario is a cupcake that eats your face off. Either way, keep it shut.
Keep it shut, yeah.
There's nothing in there that you'll like, regardless.
Yeah, but maybe call some friends over because you're going to need one person to hold the raccoon at bay.
Yeah, it's something of a size that can shake an entire meat freezer. They're not light.
And, like, how long's it been in there for?
Yeah, it's moldy for sure.
So no, let's open it. Oh, there's nothing in the one side, so let's open the other side.
Cupcake.
Yeah, and it's like the least.
I hate that fucking cupcake.
It's
because
the least
it's not
threatening. Like,
You'd think that It literally has to have a soul inside of it because it moves autonomously. So
And-
it's not an extension of the bird.
No, and which I would have preferred it to be, or you know what? I would have preferred it just to be a fucking cupcake. Just the guy, don't even have it in there. It's the stupidest. The cupcake doesn't participate in the goddamn band. It doesn't fucking play an instrument.
No, it just hangs out and looks tasty.
It doesn't even look tasty. It's got eyeballs in it.
It's fondant. It's not even icing.
The-
They need it for the vent, obviously.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, that's the only purpose it serves, is
Yeah.
sneaking around. But thank God we have that animatronic cupcake.
Whose grandpa decided to join the B&E is what I wrote. And then also chicken side eye. Because that chicken at one point gives someone the shadiest fucking look I've ever. I know something you don't.
Can I drew something.
Yeah, let's go.
What I wrote is the bird in this exact moment is when it gives him some side eye and then he closes his eyes up. What I wrote is the bird kind of looks like it's always about to come. And then I fucking drew it. So you can just. It's got like super underbite and then like its eyes kind of like
It's
half rolling back.
The lids are curved upward as if it's joyous.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's having a good time, whatever he's doing underneath that counter. Holy fuck.
The bird is always kind of like in a state of about to come.
Yeah. This is how you know also that it's a PG-13 movie because Hank is the fat biker's name.
Yep.
When he dies behind the door and the rabbit comes out, he's not got a spot of blood on him.
Nope.
No blood. Gruesome with the sound of bones breaking and flesh tearing, tendons being destroyed by teeth. Nothing. Dry as a bone, clean as a whistle.
Just bloody handprint on the door, and
Yeah.
we're lucky we got that.
Yep.
Lucky. That must have been the whole budget for PG ratings.
So Mike has seen all of this, which is something that I forgot about. He's seen the fact that the animatronics move and exist. He hasn't seen any of the murders, though.
No.
So he's holed up. Is it Mike even?
No, Jeff's the, are you talking about Jeff the boyfriend?
Yeah, it's boyfriend that sees all this shit. Okay,
Yeah, on the
because
monitors.
Because he hides in the fucking security room the second that he sees a weird thing. Or he was already in there.
He was about to smash the monitors, and then he sees...
Thank you. For some reason I thought it was Mike.
He sees what's-his-face running and screaming, so he's like,
Yeah.
oh, let me go see what that's about.
And then, Rabbit. So he holds himself up in the security room, and that's when we get Cupcake Vent. That really just does nothing at all.
Yeah, I think he holds it closed for a second.
Yeah.
And then they just open the door.
Yep.
And so, let's walk out. Let's walk out of the security room
That
because
makes
the
sense.
door opened.
That makes
and
sense.
We know what's out there
Well-
because we watched it on the camera. Look at me through the camera. Let's go out and see what's up out there, huh?
Well, you want to
No,
know.
you don't.
It might be someone coming to the rescue, you know? You want to make sure that
Let's
in the
wait.
hallway.
Let's wait to see who's coming in. You come in here. Because the second he steps up there...
Come in here. Nah, come in here. I need to know first.
Yeah, no, you come out here. No! You come in here. Because the second he steps out, the door slams closed and locks.
Max waits in the car because even though she's already an accomplice to this crime, she doesn't want to be a part of it morally for some reason, it seems. But then she hears screaming, so she's like, all right, well, I guess I might as well go in. And then she immediately becomes an accessory.
Yeah, she does.
As opposed to just knowing third party. Whoops, you're now complicit.
You're bad.
I wrote here treating the cupcake like an RC car. I just wanted to get that out because they put it in the vent. I was thinking about Watch Dogs at the time.
Okay, all right.
Because you can get an RC car that goes through vents to get like secrets and stuff.
I mean, in like Call of Duty, can't you just drive an RC car up into somebody's business?
Yes, you can. And you can make that shit explode.
I did like I liked when Hank died because they did like a thing. He like goes into the janitor's closet and it locks, so he tries to flick a light on, and there's like you can see it behind him, and when he flicks the light on, and then it flickers.
Yeah.
And they do an angle change, and then it's like right behind him with the eyes.
Yeah. Sure.
The glowing eyes in the dark. I enjoyed it. That was good.
You got to take what you can get with this fucking movie.
Really do. The other thing I liked was when I'm gonna spoil it right now. The one kid's like watching Abby escape, and then he like kind of recedes into the curtains and comes back out as the animatronic.
Yes. Yeah.
I liked that.
Sure. I'm down.
It was neat.
It was.
And that's all you get.
There's some neatness in here.
All of it. That's all you get from me. I'm sorry.
Max gets chomped in half by the fucking
Yeah, like the boy leads her down this room. First of all,
don't follow a boy.
You're entering a fucking abandoned.
Yeah.
Abandoned Chuck E. Cheese.
You're nailing this point so far.
Why is there a child in here? Maybe we don't follow this child
Down the child who's going down the cement molestation hallway. The cement hallway you didn't tell the builders about because you built it yourself.
Yeah, the H.H. Holmes hallway.
Yeah, the fucking...
Both of those H's stand for hallway.
The fucking Buffalo Bill hole you built in your house. The one that has the locking metal gate. Nah, let's follow that child down there.
Yeah. Wait, so the implication, all right, because this thing's been abandoned since the children died in it, all right, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So this kid is like 10, which means that wherever that kids go, wherever they end up, is going to be in a room with people who are having kids in the abandoned Freddy's.
Just people banging.
Yep.
Squatters fucking in the Freddy's.
Minimum, all right, because why else is there a kid in there?
Why are there so many?
Also, why doesn't he have eyes like the monsters from The Descent, given that he's never seen the light of day?
These are great questions. Why is he not translucent? Like, this is it's a restaurant. It's a restaurant. It's not a fucking facility. It's not a warehouse. Where are all these back alleys going?
Yeah, and why are they not colorful? Like a child's play place.
I've worked in a KFC. There's no need to have
two
those.
things.
Those either
lots
go
of color
to
and lighting. Those are the two things you get at a restaurant.
Yeah, these either go to the employee bathroom or to where the employees finger each other.
Yeah,
there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
The quote unquote employee bathroom, because I treat your mouth like a toilet in there.
The one place the cameras don't see.
Ugh. That's Vanessa apparently investigates and goes to Mike's house to return his sleeping fucking pills to him.
Yeah.
And then accuses him of leaving it unlocked and open because he was asleep.
Yeah.
You watched him leave.
You sure did.
All right, you were there.
Yeah, you kind of watched him lock the door and then drive away.
You sure did.
That's what you done did.
Don't accuse him of leaving the door unlocked that you saw him lock.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Maybe you should also, I don't know. Look, Vanessa. Oh, it's all coming together. She went in there and cleaned up all the fucking bodies. Yep. All right. That's why they're all in the room with the animatronics. I was here like, like, why aren't the cops investigating any of the stuff?
Because she's not telling any of them.
Yeah, all
That's
right.
why she became a cop, so she could protect her fucking dad in the fucking Fazbear restaurant.
Yeah, and
it's a miracle this place hasn't been bulldozed because it's great property.
Yeah, honestly, it's in a great location. It's got a wide lot. Like, let's just make it a McDonald's already.
Right?
Sell up.
I mean, a bowling alley.
But yeah, she cleans up all the blood, which, how is there not all kinds of it everywhere?
Yep.
Here I was thinking, I thought the animatronics did it. I thought the animatronics were just there with their big fucking fingers, like, just cleaning things.
Smearing it around, getting it on their fucking costume. Shit. The towel ripped. Again, should have done the Willy's Wonderland thing where Mike just cleans the shit up.
Yeah, but
all right, fine.
So yeah, well, he does clean some shit up. She leaves him half the job.
You know what I find annoying is that just in case you weren't getting it, let's sit down by the drainage ditch and I'll explain the entire dream theory to you.
Don't worry.
This isn't for the audience at all. This isn't for the retard audience whatsoever, where I explain my entire front to back motivation for things that aren't confusing to anybody with a brain.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the explanation. Here's your fucking pills in the river, you dumb bitch, cunt. Don't use these anymore. I don't want you to uncover the secrets that my father has hidden inside of here, but I'm going to make it so you can't go to bed on the job.
I hated this whole moment.
Your fucking pills. And then she, like, no follow-up, like, yeah, they never found my brother. And she's like, well, later on, she goes, well, I didn't put those two together right at the time. But that also means that she didn't follow up on any investigation whatsoever, a.k.a. what her job is to do, when you hear information like that.
She's a bad cop.
Bad cop. Not a good cop.
Oh, my God. Yeah, she's like, hey, forget about your brother. Focus on your sister, eh?
Now, while this is happening, the The affidavits for custody that were served to him are in a drawer. He brings home a badge so that his little sister can play with it because she wants to go with him to work.
Yeah.
She's not all that interested, so he puts the badge in the drawer on top of the custody paperwork just in case she changes her mind. And then gaslights her into having feelings by saying, I'm trying my best. So if you really wanted her to get into that fucking drawer, why wouldn't you move the papers? So she sees the papers and goes, are you trying to throw me away? Are you trying to get rid of me? And then Vanessa knocks on the door.
Oh, shit.
So let's just gloss over this conversation that we need to have with my younger sister so that she doesn't have latent abandonment issues in her life forever.
I fucking love that scene. She has to like really pull on that drawer to get it open and it ends up going everywhere. And in the time,
just goes, I made a mess.
In the time it takes Mike to come running to see what's happening.
She's read complex legalese.
And understood it and been upset by it. She's 9!
She's a fucking autistic genius.
She's a child.
She's a savant. That's why she talks in pictures.
There you go.
She's Sherlock Holmes.
There you go. Man, she's gonna make one hell of a child lawyer on some TV show one day.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, you just gave your sister trauma and you didn't address it. You just went to work. Sick. Great.
Love it.
How'd you fit all that mess into one garbage can? Everything's broken. The entire restaurant's busted up.
Yeah.
One garbage can on wheels. That's good.
And like he cleans it up immaculately.
You
would have never
it's basically
guessed.
back to normal.
He puts the glass back together. He glues it back together.
I was gonna
somehow.
say, like, I'm pretty sure you don't see the pinball machines for the rest of the movie because they would be damaged and they're not anymore.
Mm-hmm. At one point, one of the guys like steals all the tokens, and as it's the boyfriend, and as he's running, he's spilling tokens out. I kind of wanted him to die, and then just tokens go everywhere, like Sonic style.
Yeah. Here's my thing: those tokens have zero value outside of a Freddy Fazbear's,
and there's only one, so
you can't transfer them to a Dave and Buster's. They won't take that currency.
Yeah. The Freddy Fazbear's is without a business. There's nothing there. If you want something that those tokens can buy you, take it. Just take it. Unless you're bringing these tokens to like melt down and sell the metal as scrap,
they're probably not even metal. They're probably metal coated. They're nickel bronze. They're worth nothing at all.
Oh Christ! And that's why you trade them for pieces of rubber some poor child had to melt.
Fuck.
Well, yeah, right here I wrote if they're hunting your dreams, they're not missing. Because so he cleans up the mess and he's like, first of all, sister, stay in this tent. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah, this is because Max obviously is dead, so can no longer babysit.
And we didn't really we didn't really put much. We just kind of called her and was like, "Come on now."
She was just busy.
Dang. I guess this is the one person in this town.
You know, this town with meth.
Yeah.
However, why would you not? Obviously, because of who's running it, you can't. But in the interest of due diligence, number one. Hey, Vanessa, Max is missing. Hey, where's my little brother? Hey, Matthew Lillard at the placement agency. I can't find a babysitter and I need a fill-in so that I'm not bringing my 9-year-old daughter to the place where kids died. Nah, we'll just bring her. We'll just bring her and get surprised when she almost gets kidnapped.
Yeah. Yeah. If you need to, like, have all of this going on just to cover up your murder ring that's decades old.
You're not really doing a good job of covering it up.
You're not.
So many people are privy.
Yeah.
How many mouths have you had to keep shut? Security guards that are like, I quit because they're moving. And those 50 people have just said nothing to anyone about that?
Yeah.
I understand it's 2000, okay? But you used to get internet in the mail. Hop on a forum.
I'm going to tell you right now, we live in a skeptical world. You sell those things for fucking scrap.
You sure can.
Oh, they move? Yeah, they do that.
How about call up fucking Ed and Lorraine Warren and be like, I got a doozy for you.
Yeah, just take them apart, sell them for scrap.
Take them apart while they're sleeping. They're not awake all the time.
They're not hunted by children. That would be ridiculous.
They're most certainly not full of children.
That would be ridiculous. Anyway, So it takes all of one sound. No, I think it's the child calling her. All right, I'll let this slide because the child's like, "Hey, Abby, come on now."
Yeah.
Drags her out. She hears
Better
a
than
sound.
me hiding in a shithead tent for 8 hours.
Right. So if you hear a sound in a place that's supposed to be empty, like I'm not greeting whatever it's supposed to be.
No, I'm going away from it.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
doing the opposite of saying hello. I'm
Yeah,
saying goodbye.
Hello, come out from behind that curtain, you... I don't know what.
You could be anything probably horrible.
Yeah, this is a fucking Chuck E. Cheese after dark. Any terrible thing happens here.
Meanwhile, Mike has decided to take a nap.
Sure has.
And in this dream, he encounters the children again, and they propose a bargain. Mike believes that these children, who would not possibly have any way of knowing who or where his little brother is, as per the context of the movie up to this point,
Yeah.
but somehow have all the answers and are just bogarting the shit out of him.
Love it.
All right, we'll make a deal. We'll do a deal with the devil, if you will. Okay, we'll tell you all about Garrett, your brother, who's dead. And doesn't matter because he's dead. And he's been dead for 10 years. It's been years. Any idea that he might be alive somewhere, just throw that right out the window. Because even if he was, he's not, because he's dead. Because who's been feeding him?
Well, he certainly is not feeding himself.
So we'll tell you all about him. I just did it in a sentence. But in return, we want your alive sister.
Yeah.
Forever. And then what we'll do for you is make it so that your reward is having to put yourself in a coma for the rest of your life to enjoy your reward. Because we can just make it so that your dream is this reality now. But it's still a dream, though, and you got to be awake sometimes. Not really a good trade, is it?
No?
And then he goes, yep, sure. Wait
Oh,
a minute.
boy.
Maybe that's a bad idea.
Yeah, he takes about 2 seconds to... Oh, God, I hate using this term, but... Indian give. Yeah.
Renege.
I don't... That's...
It's not better.
That one's dangerous, too.
They both are.
I don't...
How come taking back a gift is racist in every iteration of it?
Well, I'll tell you exactly why this one is. Because, well...
Land? Because land.
Because the white people... They,
Yeah.
Well, they didn't so much get gived as they got.
They took.
Yeah, they got getting...
I don't know if it's called Indian giving.
It's so
the
much-
thing that it's named after isn't even what it was.
It's more like white people refusing to give back.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're bad. I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what to do. Anyway,
My point is,
yeah, he takes 2 seconds to think, oh, wait, maybe I don't want my
Yeah.
dream brother, and maybe I want this living sister who will be alive and
Yeah.
not in a dream that might not ever happen again because I'm trusting ghosts. By the way, why wasn't my brother good enough to be a ghost?
you're asking great questions. Because that's yeah.
You sure he was sure good enough to fucking take?
Because while we were watching it, it's like, okay, what one is he in?
Yeah.
And he just never appears again. Because honestly, it would have been fucking worse, because that means that Garrett you'd have to have that scene where Garrett's like, oh, this is my older brother, I'm not going to be violent. And they don't have that. They get to not have it. Because then this movie would be even fucking stupider. Which it's got to be impossible.
Yeah. That's all I got for you. This is all the I'm just angry about just the film. Cause like later, she's like, here's a picture of me as a child, and she's got like the airplane that his brother had. So his brother was obviously good enough to fucking do stuff to and like take his airplane and shit, bring it, and like she's like, yeah, I met your brother. I didn't know it was your brother when I met him. Well, how would you? It's your dad. Your dad's bringing home random children.
Yeah.
You can't know every person.
No, you just gotta recognize names.
If you don't know people, you don't know people. That's just the way it is. There's a lot of people to know, and you can't just know them all.
There's no need to apologize for just existing.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Existing with information or lack thereof.
Your dad gives you an airplane, and you think you're responsible for murdering my brother and molesting his corpse.
Oh my God.
Well, let me tell you. By this logic, somewhere in the woods, is a tree that's haunted by this kid's ghost.
That's
or,
true.
Or like a
no,
bush.
you can put in whatever.
Just like a rock.
Yeah.
No, it's a ditch. He just chucked the corpse in a ditch.
It's like a cat's litter box.
Fucking haunted ditch.
There's
A drain pipe that just wails.
a bag of garbage that somebody threw out of their window on the highway, and it's just Garrett's soul in there now.
It's fucking brave little toe string.
He's the AC unit.
Somebody picks up the bag. What's in here? Bones! Bones are in here! Just throws it into
Put me down! Oh, fuck. So I skipped ahead on that dream one because this dream is just when they ask him what they would do or what he would be willing to do to get the information on his brother, and he says anything. At which point I wrote down, you probably shouldn't have said anything because now they're going to want Abby. Predicted that shit right the fuck away.
Oh, yeah. They're either going to want Abby or Ain.
Ain! Oh, my God.
When you say anything, that's just
So
Ain on the
maybe,
table.
unfortunately, both.
Look,
He
I
didn't
don't want to
say anything.
We don't want to get greedy, but we've got 2 requests. First of all, your anus. Second of all, your sister's soul.
So
Unrelated.
right after that is when this is the first night that he brings Abby to the thing. And let me tell you, how the fuck are you not grabbing your sister and running right out of that building the second you see those animatronics move independently, period? Because he just walks in on, given the implications of what's happening inside of those animatronics, a very upsetting tickle fight.
And like you're gonna have
They wouldn't stop tickling me, is what she says out loud.
and they're not pedophiles?
You're gonna tell me that they're not?
You're telling me that these aren't the souls of pedophiles?
Well, technically, though they died as kids, they are adults, given the timeline.
that's true.
Unless
That's
you
true.
just stay the age that you are after you die.
And like, really, are you just gonna like they were tickling you with their razor sharp like
Oh, yeah. They're not at all comfortable, full of metal bean bags.
they were just jabbing me over and over again.
You put a bunch of ball bearings in a sock and tickle me with that. I'm not going to feel a tickle.
Boy, this tickling sure is a wallop.
This tickling sure does feel like I'm being hazed in the military.
Boy, this tickling sure does sting and make me bleed. It's like getting stabbed 1,000 times in my tickle parts.
So here's my question is, why are they at all friendly?
Because they're children and they're it's a child.
Go fuck yourself. So now we get to have the scene where we have a music montage of them setting up tables and chairs for a fun fort.
Not yet,
Are you
but
fucked? Are you fucking kidding me in this movie?
not yet, but soon.
Holy shit, I
Yeah.
hate that.
Oh my! So they it's like, oh, they just want to play. It's okay. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it isn't.
They're fucking ghosts.
Look at them. They're
ghosts.
7 feet tall.
They're fucking ghosts and robots.
They've surrounded you like zombies with a victim.
They could crush you if they needed to. They would turn you into. It's a robot. My God. By the way, they've got lithium batteries, so they can't wander too far.
They wander everywhere.
You must be within wander distance.
You sure
You must
are.
be living within wander distance.
Yep. One of them has a generator hooked up to them for one
Jesus
scene in this
Christ.
fucking dumb movie that sucks. The first 2/3 of this movie, like, things become slowly more confusing.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the last third, everything sucks ass.
Yeah. She says they like pictures, and then I wrote, they all seem to appreciate her unjudgmental kindness, but they're pedophiles, so yeah, they would.
Yeah, they especially probably like pictures of her.
Oh, yeah.
She draws a little heart and hands it to him, and he's like, yeah, sick. Why didn't they attack Mike?
Immediately,
Yeah.
right away, like they did everybody else.
Yep.
Because they're supposed to see you and go, you're not in a suit, get in a suit?
Yep.
You mean like in the game, like because they're not in a suit, get in a suit?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird to ask that question. You created a question in your movie and then you didn't answer it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
You deviated from the source material and made you made poo-poo.
So
you made
they're
poo-poo.
Yeah, and they're fine after this night. At which point they go home, and then Mike proceeds to ask his 9-year-old sister about the ghosts that she sees. And she knows full well that they're ghosts because she acknowledges that by saying they're ghosts.
Yeah, he doesn't say the word ghosts. She's like, yeah, they're ghosts. How the fuck else do you think this works?
Refers to them as my friends, which you should just go back to having imaginary ones like you had at the beginning. That was such a problem.
Yeah.
However, no conversation about, okay, let's go talk to somebody about this situation. Nah. Can you do me a favor and just ask the ghosts where your dead fucking brother is that you don't remember?
Yeah, Abby.
And you know why? You know why she doesn't remember?
Because she's not fucking born yet?
I'm gonna sum it up in a note. Yes. Abby is just cool with having ghosts as friends, which stands to reason given she's the product of a replacement child attempt and parental abandonment and death. In her 9 years on this planet, she has been left by everybody but her older brother. In the way where they either kill themselves or just leave.
It's rough. It's a rough 9 years.
So yeah, you're friends with ghosts, dog. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
Because where's the therapist?
Well, I'll tell you what, we can't afford it.
Nope.
We're working.
We sure can't afford ghost friends, though.
Yeah, they're free.
Yeah.
They're free. They can come with a job nicely.
Oh, but they cost. It's just a different kind.
So yeah, Abby, I'll make you some soup. But also, let me remind you about your dead brother you have. Do you remember your dead brother? You remember your brother you had? You dead.
Your dead-ass fucking brother that there's no way you remember?
Let's take a walk down Dead Brother Lane. Don't forget. Now, you ask those robots about the dead brother because it makes sense.
Oh,
it has to. It's a movie.
Fuck me.
It's a fucking terrible movie.
Yeah, so the danger of 4 giant animatronic monsters possessed by ghosts is nothing. Is nullified because she's capable. So this is from Mike's perspective, right? Like, okay, I'm bringing my little sister into a situation where like these things could possibly be dangerous, but I don't give a fuck about that because they might have information about Garrett. We'll just keep bringing her back.
Oh, he's more important than her, and that's made very clear for about a split second.
And then like some mention of the yellow rabbit here.
Yeah, yep.
Everybody says that it's friendly. It's not. It's the opposite of friendly.
It's friendly until you're of age.
Within touching distance.
Yeah. And
then, we just accept that these things exist and move around and have spirits in them. Let's build a fort. Let's build a fort out of tables that they help move the tables, Matt! Right in the room, they're helping out. Like a fucking big comfy couch cleanup episode.
And I wrote, at this montage featuring animatronics building a fort set to Connection by Elastica, is the name of the goddamn song, I stopped having fun. They're having the most fun they've had the entire movie, and I hate it.
Fuck's sake.
They're just building a fort. This is all this is. One of them falls over and gives the thumbs up.
Yes. Like a Stooges sketch.
Like it's the fucking Terminator falling down in the lava.
Yup, sure
My
is.
God.
Love that. Love that for us. Let's just watch this movie and take anything seriously for a second. Because the subject matter involved here, this is a movie about Five Nights at Freddy's. Okay?
Yeah.
The video game where the animatronics move at night.
It's a video game about looking left and right.
So now we have child abandonment. Mm-hmm. We have suicide.
Oh, we sure
do.
We
have kidnapping and murder.
Oh, yeah.
We have a neglectful police officer as fuck because she's here doing this too. She's just there helping out.
Oh, yeah. She's complicit.
Fucking 5 people are dead somewhere in this building. Also a pedophile. PG-13.
Love it.
Don't have any gore or a fuck word, though.
I would have sacrificed some of the adult situations for more gore and fuck words.
100%.
I would have made this better. Okay, so here's what they have to do now. They got to remake Five Nights at Freddy's as like Blood and Honey. You know how the Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
That we need a Five Nights at Freddy's that's actually scary.
Yes, we do.
And gory.
Yeah, that or the Steamboat Willie that's coming out.
Stoked on it.
I am.
It should be good.
There's also there's a Shrek one, but it's as like if Fiona was a witch instead of a princess, I think.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
know
good
if
on that.
Yeah, I don't know if I care.
Witches aren't scary. That's Halloween stuff. Witches aren't scary. They open stores and sell rocks around here.
Witches aren't scary. They just smell. They just smell like potpourri.
Oh my God.
Fuck.
So we got to build the roof for this fort that's tables stacked up high.
So not a series of roofs.
Yeah.
It's a table. It comes with one if you're under it.
This fort is, first of all, tables just in a circle so that we can have a shot looking down upon all of...
You want to have that shot where they're all laying on their backs in a circle and their heads are touching, like they've been friends since childhood. Like this is Stephen King's It.
How did the animatronics get under the table without awkwardly destroying this? Because it's like 3 stories of tables stacked up.
Yeah.
But nah, it needs a roof. It's going to rain. Let's go get some, I don't know. We know exactly where the tablecloths are, don't we, Vanessa? Let's go find them.
And it takes one interaction with Vanessa for Mike to just be okay with the insanity of this situation. Hey, Vanessa, a lot of the things that you're telling me don't make sense within the realms of reality whatsoever. So I guess thank God I'm reading books about lucid dreaming.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have no idea about fringe science.
Yeah. And you know what, Mike?
Because lucid dreaming, the thing where you can control your dreams because they're in your fucking head, that's the same as this.
Might as
That's
well
the
be.
same as Five Nights at Freddy's, guys. It's the supernatural, either it's an XOR gate. Either it exists or it doesn't. So if you have lucid dreaming, the thing that's 100% possible, because it's your subconscious, there's got to be ghosts and aliens. There must be.
Hey, man.
Can't have one without the other.
/X.
Yeah, you ever fuck your tulpa?
It's all on there.
One thing that lends credibility to a paranormal idea, to me, is whether or not people discuss fucking it. That's where I wasn't going to believe in tulpas or Bigfoot until somebody posted on 4chan about how tight its ass must be.
I'll tell you right now.
Its diet is mainly foliage.
First of all, I don't know what it is, but second of all, fucking, you know 100% there's drawings of these animatronics fucking.
Yes, there is.
I've seen them myself.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not great.
Oh my.
And sometimes they're fucking people.
Who bottoms?
I don't know. I refuse.
Because I picture the fox as a top.
The
bear is just a bear. That already exists in the gay community.
I refuse to learn their names.
Yep.
This whole film, I ignored them. I just described them as I saw them, you know? They've all got names. They're all
They're
called
animals
by their names.
they're easily identified by what fucking animal they are.
Don't give them names.
Yep.
It's less scary when they've got fucking names.
Like people.
Yeah. Let's go to the back rooms, Vanessa. You know where we're going. How do you know everything, Vanessa?
Hey,
I'm looking for tablecloths. Just tablecloths is all.
Oh, what's this thing in the corner? Don't you fucking touch that!
I know.
Don't touch that!
I know all about its dangers. And then she demonstrates.
Where's the silverware? Is it plastic forks in here? Probably.
The thing that he goes to touch is it's this like mariachi. It's another animatronic.
Yeah.
That's designed for a person to be inside.
I'll tell you
of.
right now, it's gross, and I would never touch that.
Well, it looks.
I would
racist.
not want to be.
It looks like a mariachi kind of thing with like a sombrero on.
Ooh. Well, you'd hope that it's just Mexican.
You would hope,
You know.
but judging by the creator, I don't think so.
Oh shit.
It's like a mariachi thing, and it's got the spring locks. This is the whole thing, guys. There's spring locks.
Yeah.
Is this a real thing?
Make
Probably
note
not.
of the spring locks.
The spring locks. This place runs on spring locks. You don't fucking take a step in here without getting told about the spring locks.
Spring locks and popcorn holding these walls together. At one point, Vanessa says something like, "Oh, it seems like they like Abby." Hey, the fact that they like Abby, especially when you know what's in them, isn't a good thing. Why would you say it like it's a good thing?
Oh, you mean these bones? The bones in the animatronics love my
collections of skeletons in felt?
You mean these lifeless skeletons?
Oh my fucking god!
Yeah. So that the spring locks keep the animatronics so you can wear them and all the machinery. And then she like takes a broomstick, puts it in there, and it snaps closed, breaking it.
Yeah, like a bear trap.
Again, why would you just have animatronics and have suits? Two different things. Take the animatronics out of the suit. You're being lazy.
You are, because if you're in the suit, you can move.
Yeah. If there's animatronics in the suit, there shouldn't be room for you.
Also, there's no need.
Unless you need a exoskeleton to, I don't know, throw a guy across the room. It's like the only
acceptable time.
Because like when Matthew Lillard's in the suit, he's moving around, there's robot sounds.
Yeah.
He's not moving the suit himself. The suit's moving.
And that's weird to me, because later on he moves the suit by himself. And then also, if the suit's moving on its own,
He's like fucking Iron Man in the suit.
I hate dance scenes in movies that have no consequence. This is just Ghostbusters or fucking, there's a couple other ones. But like, yeah, they're just having like a dance party. I don't care. It's filler material. Shut up.
Lots of it.
At this point, during a mild argument with Vanessa, Mike says about his younger brother, finding him is the only thing that matters to me. He said, within earshot of his living sister.
Ooh.
She's like right across the room, man.
Yeah. Is this where she's like, hey, let go of your dead brother? And I wrote, she said that kind of like the way a cunt would.
Yes, because who would tell that to someone?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, get over your trauma, guilt, and grief.
Your brother was taken and molested and murdered. Get over it. Yeah, he's molested. I know he was molested.
Just move on.
Jesus.
God, it happened so long ago. You bring a child into a derelict building with faulty wiring and then are surprised when she gets electrocuted by a puppet.
Yeah.
She fucking touched that guitar and immediately got blasted away like the kid from Jurassic Park on the electric fence.
She touches the guitar and visits Jesus Christ up in heaven for a second.
She sees the light. She sees the light of God.
As the song Wild One plays. Oh, insult to injury.
Holy fuck. So then they leave, right? And then Vanessa says, completely out of pocket, if you bring her back here ever again, I will shoot you. Hey, remember like 5-10 minutes ago where we were having a fun dance party with the puppets and you were having a great time with a smile on your face? Maybe you could have said it then. Maybe you could have said it when you showed up and noticed that she was here. Maybe you could have just told us to leave right away.
Yeah, maybe you couldn't just like, I don't know, cover for your pedophile father who's in the fucking building because she sees something and he asks her what she's afraid of and she says nothing. I assume he was there.
Yeah.
Or he was like about to find the bodies or something.
Yeah. Additionally, you had all the opportunity in the world when you returned the meds to be like, don't bring your sister to the Fazbear house.
Yeah,
Could have said that at literally any time over the past 3 days.
This is a place of fucking work.
You retard.
Anyway, yeah. So, I guess we got to make a call for help.
Sure.
Who are we calling?
Aunt Cunty.
Aunt Cunty.
Why are you even remotely cooperating with the woman who called you a degenerate in front of your niece's teacher and is trying to take her away from you?
Well, desperate
She's
times.
going to be fine to babysit probably while I'm gone. There's no chance that she's going to just try to abscond with the child because why would she do that? She wants her more than anything.
It's true.
I wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her.
It's like giving Corella DeVille the puppies.
And then going away.
Will you dog sit
And then going
these
on
puppies?
vacation in Mexico.
Will you dog sit these puppies and not have a jacket when we get back? You can dog sit our puppies, but don't you make a code out of them. I know how that's animal abuse, and you love it.
Can you... You love it. Can you watch my niece overnight and please don't poison her brain with bad thoughts of me?
Please? Hey, by the way, I know 101 puppies is a lot. That's a lot more than you need for a coat. Don't kill all the puppies.
Yeah, leave like 20. I'll
Look,
breed more.
Yeah, like it's going to be a big coat. That's a lot of puppies. Come on, have some sense. You don't need all these puppies.
On the way to work, Mike stops to get some meds, at which point the most unprofessional fucking pharmacist exists ever.
I love him. I love him so much.
Hey, man, stop taking your prescribed medication and try chamomile tea instead.
Oh, my God. He's either...
Every woman on Facebook with a holistic remedy ever. Why don't you shove one of those egg crystals that Gwyneth Paltrow has in your fucking asshole?
So, the fucking pharmacist is either flexing on him or judging because he's like, yeah, for me, I just drink warm milk and chamomile.
Fucking works like a charm. I'm so good at sleeping, I might as well be narcoleptic.
Built different!
Army of one, asleep.
Fucking Eddie Pepitone's got a joke where he's like, yeah, I can't sleep. And a lot of my friends tell me that I should drink chamomile tea. Oh, is that going to help the fact that I was molested as a child? Oh, fuck, indeed.
Eddie.
So,
Eddie.
Mike wants to have
I know you, Eddie. You're the fuck you man, right?
What is that from?
Eddie Murphy describing an interaction that he had at an amusement park with his child.
Yes.
Fuck you, Eddie. Do you mind not saying fuck you to me in front of my kid, please?
I remember that shit. All right. Shit. So, yeah, Mike wants to have a talk. Hey, Abby, come on down. Have a talk. You know, all talks happen in the talk room.
Yeah, in the talk room.
Can't have a talk here. We got to go.
Yep.
I'm not going to tell you what the talk's about, so you know it's serious.
Yep.
If I told you, you wouldn't leave the room. Don't, cunty. She's here to... Oh, you're not going to listen? You're not going to listen? Babysit you for the afternoon. Okay, bye. That's basically the interaction here. She doesn't... She walks in, sees Aunt Cunty, and is like, you're a fucking piece of shit, Mike. I'm going upstairs to scribble over your face in my drawings like that matters.
What's gonna inevitably end up happening is that she's gonna get the full story because they never had to sit down about what the paperwork meant. So she just automatically assumed, oh, Aunt Cunty's coming to take me away forever.
Yep.
Jumps to that conclusion, won't listen to a word edgewise, and then ruins all of her drawings in a way that she will irreparably regret tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, when she has a fucking thought in her head.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no,
That's
for
right.
sure.
That's right.
So yeah, that shit happens. That's fine. Time to go. I gotta go to work. I don't have time for this.
Unprofessional med pharmacist.
Yep. Now it's bedtime at Freddy's.
Yeah, and then the whole dream that I described already. So we'll just skip right on by that.
This is off the clock during the day, by the way. He's just going to do this on his own time.
This is when to piss off. So you left your sister alone or not alone, but with an untrustworthy person so that you could go further investigate the thing.
Yeah.
Nice of you. Good
Really,
brother. Maybe your aunt should take you.
She's just proving herself right. She should have just done that to begin with.
At this point, I wrote this movie sucks and underlined it twice because he agrees to the trade.
Here's a pen, right? Get a third underline in there.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you for this pen. I just want to make sure everybody's aware. This page of my notes is when things get upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes them all of 5 seconds to realize how stupid he is agreeing to that trade. And then they decide to attack him.
Yeah.
They decide to attack him in a dream, which, as you know, makes you hurt in real life. Now, question for you there, dear Matt. Why are they attacking the only person with access enough to Abby to get her to them?
Because he said, "Hey, wait, I changed my mind."
Yeah, but they're still shutting the door of Abby access. Is where my brain was at the time, because obviously they can't leave Freddy Fazbear's. They're animatronic puppets that are very tall and move autonomously.
Yeah.
There's no way that they could get around in the town.
You're right. No, you're right. There's absolutely no way that would ever happen, ever.
So when Mike wakes up, they try to get him into the bear chair.
Yeah, well, he wakes up in the bear chair.
And
I guess
he's not stoked about that.
No, as you wouldn't be. He somehow manages to get the screw unscrewed like the other guy couldn't.
Well, the guy started it. It was like half unthreaded. He didn't quite make it.
All right, kind of like
then,
when you're playing a video game and you kind of like beat that person almost all the way, but then you let somebody finish him off. You're like, Good job, buddy.
Because they get the EXP then.
Yeah, there you go.
So he avoids the fucking pinwheels of death there. Again, if they're trying to put him in the bear chair, how are they going to get Abby? And then, as you could tell from first of all, the color and size of my notes, that I get very upset.
Well, before you get upset, there's a bit of a confusing fucking thing that we have to deal with.
The fact that the movies changed the motivations of the animatronics entirely, but they're still trying to put them in a bear suit.
That's right.
Because, yep.
So I don't know how I think he's running through rooms and he finds all the bodies there.
Yes, he does.
He finds all the bodies. They've just been right there.
Yeah.
The whole time.
With a bunch of other pieces of animatronics, replacement parts and whatnot.
Yeah. And so there's like this, I don't know, it's like a montage or something's happening. And within this bunch of clips, we see Abby going, "Oh, you're home." Well, Mike's not home. And we know she wouldn't greet her Aunt Cunty like that.
No.
So who's the fuck home?
Who else lives there, guys?
Nobody.
That's a good answer because it's correct.
Now, somebody's there, though. Somebody's woken her up. And
He's home.
I was thinking, oh, this is something Mike is seeing in his head. And like, he's like, oh, the good times. And like, oh, now I got to get home to help her. No, this is happening. And it's set within things that he's seeing, I'm pretty sure.
And, you know who it is?
Well, Freddy's home, baby.
It's fucking Freddy fucking Fazbear.
We get a shot of like
Freddy managed to walk from Freddy Fazbear's looking like that all the way to a house and get in it.
Yep. And then quietly stand just behind somebody.
Another quiet thing that he did was murder a woman.
Well, it wasn't that. There was a thump, and then she like gets up out of bed, the daughter and or the sister. Sorry,
she's fucking dead on the floor.
Yeah, oh yeah, she is. And she's like, "Oh, your silly aunt had to sleep." Oh
yeah.
good.
By the way, just so that we all know, not only is it Freddy Fazbear physically, but it's also a ghost child that have come to pick up Abby for her play date.
Yeah, they're there together.
They are. So the question that I pose to you now, Matt.
I saw it written in great big fucking text. Yep.
How the fuck did they call a cab to go back to Freddy Fazbear's? Three things. Number one.
Okay.
No cab driver nor a dispatcher is ever going to hear a child's voice on a phone and go, "Yes, I'll send one right away."
Probably not. No.
That's not going. They're going to call CPS. Because why is a child hailing a cab trying to organize cab scheduling?
And at night.
In the dead of night. Number two, that guy just let a child into the backseat of the cab, didn't bat a fucking eye. As a matter of fact, said, "Where to?"
Yes, he did.
Number three, a giant bear gets into the cab, and he just goes, "Don't scare me like that."
Yeah.
That's it. He didn't ask a single question.
I have never seen like an extreme pedophile kidnapping. This seems like that.
Yes, it does.
This seems like something I'd probably call 911 about the second I dropped them off.
Why are you dressed like that at night, sir? With
Yeah.
a child.
Yes.
That's question number 1 as a taxi driver.
Where to? Oh, the abandoned Chuck E. Cheese-like restaurant?
Oh, yeah. That's your fucking... I'll just spill those. That's your destination, too? The place that hasn't been open since before I was a cab driver? We'll just drop you there alone by yourself with this thing.
Yeah, no big deal.
Oh,
Keep your butthole tight.
The place where rumor mill around town is kids went to die?
Yeah.
No problem.
Oh, yeah, and the mascot is, I don't know, ushering you right to death itself? Let me be the fucking dude paddling the boat down River Styx. Let's go.
You got some quarters? So that is when I honestly almost turned the movie right off.
That's fine.
I almost was going to text you like, I'm not finishing this.
That's fine.
But I white knuckled through it because I saw how late into the movie it was.
That's
I
fine.
was like, okay, it'll be over soon.
Yes, it will. Fingers crossed.
Holy shit.
So we're at the police supply outpost where Mike wakes up, I guess.
And then, okay, so I was telling Kat about this, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, well, my dad used to call cabs for us when he couldn't get us to school on time. So they will transport minors. And I was like, okay, fine. Did your dad talk to the cab driver? Well, yeah. Well, guess what doesn't happen in this movie? Because guess who can't talk? Freddy fucking Fazbear. And neither can Aunt Cunty because she's dead on the floor.
So this cab driver's really just facilitating crime left and right.
He's just whatever. Fine.
It's the middle
Money's
of the night.
money.
What happens in the back of my cab better not be a crime.
What happens in the back of my cab better be consensual.
I mean, it's in the back of his cab. He's responsible for it.
That's true.
So we're at the police supply outpost, and Vanessa knows everything. And it's
Yeah, everything ever.
literally
Here
it's hard
comes-
not to notice.
Here comes the expositional scene where you get all of the information that you probably could have inferred up to this point if you had been paying attention with your eyes.
And not a lot of people must have been, or at least they anticipated that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, backstory, blah, blah, blah.
Again,
Blah,
they
blah,
can't
blah.
have grown up in this town and not heard a single missing kid rumor, and yet Garrett was abducted as a sacrifice. They definitely were close enough to have knowledge of the place.
Yeah. They searched the place, couldn't find anything. Huh.
Well, it's weird.
Huh. Did they check the cement brick hallways that run like a labyrinth in the back
Did they check the
to the molestation station?
dirty HVAC that's rusted with blood?
The one that's full of animatronic cupcakes? Jesus.
Did they check the cupcake vent?
Oh my God. So we get a shot of Abby like pulling up, getting dropped off outside. She goes in because the whole thing is lit up and open for business. Unsuspiciously at all. You know that place that's never open for business? It's the middle of the night and it's open for business.
Hey, did Mike tell her where he was going ever at all?
No. Nah, but Freddy would know. I'm sure the ghost child was like, yeah, 1, 2, 3.
My question
Murder
more so
Lane.
is, why is she so willing to go into this place with just Freddy and no Mike?
Nah, yeah. Well, she just walks in without Freddy. Freddy disappears on her.
Even better.
Yeah, very ominous. Take a hint.
Bold. You got a lot of confidence in your punching ability, Abby.
She walks in. None of the
got bear
animatronics are where
mace?
they're supposed to be.
That's fun. Well, we've already seen him move 50 times, so they're probably just playing hide and seek and rape.
They better not. That's not a game to play.
It's the game of hide and seek where the goal is to never be found because you don't want to be.
Well, you know.
And then this fucking bitch, this fucking dumb bitch, Vanessa, telling this whole fucking story ends with, it's not just the souls, it's also the bodies. Cool, man, if you cared at all, take them the fuck out of there. That's so disrespectful. However, she has the audacity to say, I tried to warn you in my own way. Oh, not at all?
Yeah. Oh,
Your own way was not at all,
you mean you blinked a code at me?
You tried not at all was your way to do it.
Love it. Oh, by the way, just so you know, electricity messes up the robots. You mean like every other robot? Yeah.
I mean, just like robots in general?
Yeah.
So here's a cattle prod and some tasers.
Yeah, here's the tasers we use on dogs.
She does say that.
Well, she says animal
She
control,
calls it
but
animal control, but you know what the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm using this to get dogs to shut up when they're in the cage.
Yep. Oh, yeah, this is where she shows, like, here's the picture. I can't help you because
The yellow rabbit is my daddy.
Yeah.
And here's a picture of me holding a plane that your brother had because there's only one working pedophile at any one given time in America.
Yeah, and also only one airplane.
Yep.
Let's also talk about, okay, so you had that, so that means that you knew that your father was killing kids because you were old enough to comprehend that, and you took a token, like the collector.
Mm-hmm. Like, you met him alive.
You sure must have.
She says, I didn't know that when I met him.
Yep,
okay.
met.
So you
met, not saw on the ground, dead.
Yeah.
Met.
And
we
now
exchanged words.
And I have his plane now. I don't know what happened to him.
You must not, because otherwise you wouldn't have kept the plane.
Sure getting a lot of fucking toy planes these days.
Oh my god.
So the band starts playing, and like the bird beckons the sister on stage.
We have to also iterate that at this point, Mike has, despite being attacked by these things, escaped and then woke up at Vanessa's house, which
police outpost.
A police outpost, sure, which I didn't process. I thought they were just in the back room still.
Yeah.
So when Abby starts screaming, I was like, how are you not hearing this?
No, he's got to get there.
But he has to get there, yeah.
So he gets there.
She's like, here's the things that you'll need, and go have fun. I'm not going to be of any help because I have Stockholm Syndrome from my pedophile murdering father. All right, cool, you're an adult. You probably should have grown out of that, but maybe that's just me. You're the only easy way in that you can sneak in is through the vents that go to the outside. So what does he do? He sneaks in through the vents, and then he punch fucks a grate open right in front of Freddy. Super fucking loud. It would have actually been quieter to go through the front doors because they're further away.
That's right.
And then Freddy looks over and he ducks behind the stage, but there's a solid 2 seconds where he's right in Freddy's fucking eye line. There's no way. Not to mention, the rabbit is looking right at him.
This is exactly what happens.
The rabbit is looking right at him.
Freddy even leans over and like really grills.
There's no way he can't see that fucking head poking up.
I wrote, it's nice to see that after all these years, the band is still passionate about the music. Because he goes right back to playing. He's
like, I can't skip more than that.
But it does suck about the allegations. You know, as they drag that child behind into the backstage.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're backstage and this bird is just leading a child to worse and worse places.
Yeah, to the point where even Abby's like, I'm starting to become dubious.
Now, I don't want to get in there.
The trust is being questioned here.
Yeah. Chica. Let me call you by your robot name.
Fucking bird.
So, after all this trust, I just
should have just called that chicken D in my notes, I realize. Because bird.
Yeah.
It's an Always Sunny reference, everybody.
Yeah.
Once again. Deep cut.
This is just for us. So yeah, I think she was this like Mike chucks some water on the floor and then just like tased the water.
Yeah.
And that shocks the two. By the way, shocking them doesn't put them out of commission. It just kind of
it makes them take a nap.
Yeah, I'm sure this is something in one of the games. Who cares?
Hey, later on in this movie, Vanessa has a change of heart and decides that her dad is not a scum, or actually is a scumbag and needs to be killed as well, or at least stopped. She had all these ways of decommissioning these fucking mechanicals the whole time. You knew that there were kids' bodies in the shit. You couldn't have just done that one day while his back was turned, while he was at work, and then just got the bodies out. It probably would have unhaunted the whole shit, every costume. She's sitting on the way to stop this from happening and just refusing to do it despite being a cop.
But it's her daddy. She won't be much use if her daddy is there.
Good job. You electrocuted them into a coma. Now open them up and get the skeletons out. Right now, Mike.
Bring me the bones.
Where's the cupcake?
Get the bones, Mike. Yeah, where is the cupcake?
Where's the fucking cupcake?
On its way.
He stumbles upon Abby almost being forced into a machine and stops that from happening with a cattle prod.
Right in the eyeball.
It's so good. I'm glad.
That was like the second best part.
Here's the problem, though. Now's not the time for the heartfelt apologetic speech because
not
they're
at
still
all.
in danger. They're just sleeping.
The cupcake is right there.
Get all your shit and get it the fuck out. Get your sister and leave. before you have to apologize to her corpse at the funeral instead.
Nah. Let's have an apology. Enough time for the cupcake to realize we're here.
For fuck's sake.
And let's walk down this labyrinth of hallways and not listen for cupcakes on the way.
Not listen for cupcakes. Also, all he's doing is biting my leg, but run away so I lose sight of you and you get into trouble.
Yeah, like it's a bear trap. It's
Who
not
gives a
attached to anything.
Wiggle that shit off like a honey badger you don't want.
You're still in charge of what's going on.
Like a toddler who won't stop, like, holding on to you at the park. And just like, get the fuck, I'm trying to sit on the bench.
Nah, he kicks him off. I really hated this.
Yeah.
I fucking hated when he, like, put the taser in the cupcake's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Because it's too much electricity all around him anyway. It doesn't look like anything.
It's also just dumb.
It is.
It's dumb, and it's for the viewer.
Yep. There's a couple of those.
So Abby escapes, and this is where like the boy like recedes into the curtains and comes back out as the hook
fox,
hand.
I think, yeah. And then she's got to hide from the fox, and that's what I wrote. Just poke him in his good eye.
Just poke him in his fucking good eye. She hides in the ball pit like it's Vietnam, and Charlies are looking for her.
Yes, she fucking
Just
does.
Eyes sinking down into the pit.
Everybody gets an extra 60 seconds in the ball pit. Everybody, and it's like Clown, dude. You all end up in the ball pit at the end.
Yeah.
You know?
So she's down in the ball pit, and like the fox is there, and it's looking down at her, and it knows that she's down there. It sees her. So from her perspective, she's looking up, or at least the camera's perspective. And then you hear like a bzzz, and then she's just getting yanked out of the ball pit. Don't worry, it's Vanessa.
Yeah, it's fine.
You thought it was the hook hand guy? Nah.
No. The way that they jump right into your face and chomp you, just like in the game in this movie, but he chose to slow roll this one so that he could get electrocuted conveniently by Vanessa, who shows up and saves the day. Like in every movie that's good.
Yeah. Hiding in the dirty old ball pit, and you tell me those balls aren't dirty.
They're filthy.
The dirty old balls pit.
So here's the problem, though. All right? It's rabbit time.
Menacing rabbit. I liked it.
Until it spoke.
Until
because that means that all of the other animals should also be able to speak, and they should all be child's voices. Mm-hmm. And the fox hums like Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would be his voice. It's his animatronics. Oh, that's the whole thing. That's the big reveal. It's fucking Scream #1. Matthew Lillard pulls the mask off, and it's Matthew Lillard.
Not only is it Scream #1, and this is why the movie got the uptick. He makes the same face as he does in Scream 1.
Oh, does he?
He does the same mush mouth as in Scream 1.
Oh, fuck
and
yeah.
And he smiles with a look that tells me that in his head, he says, I know exactly what I'm doing.
I love it.
There's no way that he didn't draw that line in his head when he read that script. He's like, I'm going to do the guy.
Yeah, oh, sorry, you're
I'm obviously going to do the guy.
You're unmasking me? I'm Shaggy. I know what to do. I'm going to do the thing I did before I did it.
What the fuck was his name in Scream 1? Because I can't remember.
I can't remember either, but it's a memorable name too.
It's Stu.
It's Stu, yeah.
He did the Stu for the unveiling.
Stu face.
And fucking I died because that was yeah, dude, because you're thinking that the whole time. Oh, he was secretly the killer? It's kind of like Scream. And then he does that face that like white people do when they make eye contact with you but you're strangers.
Yes.
You know?
Yep.
They're like, I acknowledge what's happening around us right now.
Yeah.
I'm aware. Little cheeky thing for me, the audience member, that I enjoyed.
That was like, yeah, that honestly, again, 1 Matthew Lillard out of 10.
Yep.
Stay tuned to find out what a Matthew Lillard entails.
Hey, question for you.
Yep.
Why didn't the taser work if it's a man in there?
Well, because the taser's only for the electronics
that are touching him.
I'm guessing that there's some sort of insulation. I don't know, man.
Do you? Because he gets killed by the ribs in the spring locks, which are touching him.
Listen. This all can't be Scooby-Doo, all right?
Scooby-Doo is more competently put together than this. At least I can believe that it's the fucking caretaker, the old fucking curmudgeon.
How about this? How about when Vanessa shoots her dad?
Yeah.
How come he doesn't just fucking die?
It's a great question. You're asking the great...
Anyway, there's a whole moment...
Because he always comes back, okay? That's
yeah.
why. Yeah, Abby gets saved, and then she remembers that they like pictures. And then a light shines perfectly on the one picture of the yellow rabbit that we've seen previously. And she gets it in her head that if she changes that picture, for some reason, it'll change the powerful psychological and spiritual hold he has on the children. We've never discussed the possibility of this being a thing.
So Matthew Lillard, he has brainwashed the children into believing that he is their friend and he did not kill them.
Right.
So for some reason, this Pedro Pascal lookalike is like, hey, listen, you got to draw what really happened, and she sketches horribly this rabbit murdering children and just like tacks it up on the wall.
That's right. In place of the picture of them all holding hands like friends.
So this wall is enchanted, and whatever you draw on it is what the robots must think.
Why don't you draw Matthew Lillard dead? Why don't you draw him dead and the kid's alive again?
Well, that would be too much magic.
Oh, that's too much. I'm sorry. The magic bone is only so long.
That's right. That's fucking right.
Yeah, we gotta get closer to these kids so I can grow my magic bone.
I'm up to the hilt with magic. So yeah, there's like a whole thing about Vanessa's loyalty, and she ends up just shooting her dad, and then something about she had to keep him busy and keep him away, but murder him if they get too close. That's 2 jobs. Ha ha ha. We said that earlier.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason Blumhouse.
Yeah. Well, and so he ends up in the back room with metal in his body. For different reasons.
Right. So they all kind of, once they realize what's happened, they all surround him, and
then for some reason the fucking costume itself decides to turn against him. Like there's a body in it, but there's not because it's Matthew Lillard in it.
The cupcake takes a bite out of the costume conveniently, so you can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of activates as if it could have done that at any point this entire time.
You know what happened? It's the cupcake bite. It came into him. That frosting got inside him.
He's gonna need to get checked.
Yeah.
And then so the robots drag him off. And Matthew Lillard at some point stabs his daughter, and so they have to the robots drag off Matthew Lillard. They drag off Vanessa. She's comatose. She's might as well be dead at this point. Who gives a shit about her?
Cut right to business as usual.
Business as goddamn fucking usual.
Abby's back in school, not a therapist in spite.
Thriving.
Despite what she's seen. You have now bred a psychopath. If she benefits mentally from seeing all that, now she's better. Yeah, now she's worse. It's just a secret.
She's sad about her friends.
How about this? Your aunt is still dead. How about that? Let's address that. No, we're not even going to discuss it.
Yeah, where's the woman who was trying to take custody of this child that...
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that? Don't talk about it.
Movie treats her like after she died, she just disappeared from the movie. All right,
that's how every person is treated in this
happily
film.
Ever after. We got to have our happily ever after moment, so much so that we're going to go visit Vanessa in the hospital.
Oh,
You know, the woman who allowed me to be led to my death nearly, and had I not put up a stink, would be dead, and so would my sister. You know that woman? We'll go to the hospital and forgive her in a coma. You know, all those things that you did before you had your miraculous change of mind? Yeah, the water under the bridge, Vanessa.
Yeah, don't worry.
Let's be friends after this,
Five
probably.
Nights at Freddy's fell apart when we untacked a picture. Place must be held together by rats.
Yeah, the whole fucking shit crumbles down because Matt died. What about when he leaves the building?
Yeah, what about he's not
to go
dead?
To his job.
He's gonna come back. He
also,
says it right there.
He's wiggling around and they just close the door. The ghost just closed the door. Yeah, he's gonna come back.
Yeah, you're not gonna double tap. You're just gonna expect that he's dead.
And my final thought for this movie, because right after this the credits roll. Where's Garrett?
We forgot about him. Whoops.
Movie forgot about him.
Whoops. Well, he took the fucking advice of forget about your dead.
Sure did.
Dead. Your dead brother who you fucking barely remember. You probably called him a shithead every day of your life until he was gone.
Yep. I'm Mike. I got the closure I needed by being told that he was murdered by the man that I just didn't see die.
The pedophile.
Where's the body? Vanessa, the one who probably buried it?
Like I'm saying, there's a haunted ditch somewhere. If that's the way this movie works, there's a haunted ditch.
So that's 5 Nights at shitty fucking Freddy's that I had my hopes up for because the trailer made it look all right. 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
2 of those points are Matthew Lillard. And the other point is the practical effects on the animatronics.
2 out of 10. Both of them are Matthew Lillard.
And you know what? And I can agree with you. I'm not going to change it, but I agree because you don't get to see enough of the practical effects.
I honestly didn't really realize they were practical until like midway through.
It is like the costumes are so like soft of a material that it looks like CG anyway.
Yeah, they look very wet and shiny almost.
And the cupcake very much is CG because you can't
Obviously.
make a cupcake levitate unless it's just somebody off camera throwing it like Killer Sofa.
Which I would have rather watched. It's I was pretty excited because like there's so much hype behind Five Nights at Freddy's that I was like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
They're gonna really do this movie so good.
They did it dirty.
Yeah, they should have just called it Willy's Wonderland the remake.
They should have called it Lillard's Wonderland. Lillard's Wonderland.
Honestly, I'm waiting for that. That's the sequel. I'm stoked on it. I would watch that. I would actually watch that because it would be great.
It would.
It'd be more Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
This movie would have been better with more more Lillard.
Yes, very much. I wish he was the cop.
We're a very pro Lillard and Cage group here.
That's correct.
The Lillard
whether you
Cages.
like it or not.
Yeah. They bring the spice anyway. That's the film. That's the whole movie that we just summed up
movie.
the Five Nights at Freddy's
Sucks.
legacy.
Fucking thing sucks, guys.
Sucks.
Sucks dick.
Yeah, I wasn't happy about it. It took me a week to watch it, just so you know. Because it sucked so bad. I had to watch it in parts.
So you go ahead and tell me what you've got that's going to be better,
All
I'm
right.
sure.
I actually I have a list, and I'm not going to do them. I'm not going to give you all these options. I'm just not going to give you all the options. I've got 5 of them.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 3, but I'll tell you what the other ones were because they're...
Sure.
So we got working late. That's 1. We've got... so there's children in unsafe places.
Okay.
/ children battling a killer.
Okay.
I'm going to put them together.
We already did Stephen King's It.
We sure did. We've got restaurant.
Legion.
And you know what? Hell, I'm just going to give them all. And then animatronics for children. That's all of them. I just gave you all of them by accident.
Animatronics for children, huh? Well, we literally just did that in a movie.
We sure did.
I think Restaurant's Legion. What were the first?
Working late. And children in unsafe places / battling a killer.
Sick of kids. Let's do Working Late.
You want to do working late?
Yeah.
You don't want it because you're wrong about drive-through. You're wrong about it.
Drive-through.
Ah, fuck!
Son of a fucking bitch.
All right, well we're doing working late. My bad. I was so
Drive-through.
I was
dude.
so stoked about it.
Damn it.
Nah, we'll do working late.
We've done so many killer clowns, man.
All right. Well, then look, we're not doing drive-through. Sorry, I watched the trailer for that today, and I was so stoked about it because
it's pretty enjoyable.
the
from
clown's
memory.
name is Horny.
Yeah, it is.
It's Horny the Clown.
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah. So I thought if you're gonna show me this fucking Five Nights at bullshit,
Yeah.
I'd show you that.
Let me
But
tell you, drive-through.
I spoiled it.
As far as tone, drive-through is Poultrygeist or Thanksgiving.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
It would have been a nice palate cleanser.
He does like because his voice is like the speaker box.
Yeah.
At the drive, he like has quips. He's got Freddy Krueger one-liners.
All right. Well, eventually
It's got to be. I forgot all about it, to be
I've
honest.
only learned about it today,
Yeah.
and I was so stoked on it that I gave it away
Yeah.
just like that. That's
Yeah.
how. All right. Working late. Midnight Meat Train. Fuck yeah. Midnight Meat Train.
Dude, you just like you looked at every After Dark 8 films to die for that you had on your DVD shelf.
No, man. I remember watching this at your place and being like,
Yeah,
that's
man.
the dumbest fucking name for a movie like, what porno are you putting on for me right now?
Does sound like one.
So, Children in Unsafe Places was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
Because,
fuck that. I'm
but
good.
then also like Children Battling a Killer was Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Okay.
So I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
like make you choose between that. Animatronics for children, Megan.
Okay.
You fucking see that doll run on all fours like an animal. I immediately I put it on the list. And then yeah, restaurant drive-through.
Okay.
But a
fucking
speaker
funny.
box murderer
Yeah.
who's named Horny the Clown.
Megan is also one that I do want to watch that I haven't seen.
Yeah, it honestly I saw the robot running on all fours and I was sold.
Yeah.
So
Apparently it's very uncanny. So if you have like if mannequins gross you out, it's like it's gonna be the same.
stoked on it. I think that's also a Blumhouse film.
Or like Black Mirror. There's some episodes of that.
I
That
haven't
deal
watched
with
too
it,
much
too.
of it.
There's a couple good. It's an anthology, so it's good and bad at the same time. It's like VHS.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I've only seen a few. The one to be honest, I liked fewer than
As it went
I
on.
hated.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's how I felt about Love, Death, and Robots too. I couldn't stand it.
I didn't even watch it.
Couldn't stand it.
It's the ABCs of death. I get it.
Yep. Grindhouse Movie Club, everybody.